Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino. A meal isn't just about what's on your plate. It's about what you bring to the table. San Pellegrino believes the table is where the best of life happens. That's what makes gathering around it so rich and rewarding. And with their unique sparkling natural mineral water, San Pellegrino brings its best so you can bring yours.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This episode is brought to you by Blue Alien Fox, Alpacalypse, Kaa'Riin, Mew DJ Rink, Macbeth, Pylon Dyke, Himoto Raven, Nibris, Devon Harkenrider, and Gluthoric.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Episode 44, Here Endeth, Part 2. Does everything end? Does everything stop? Does everything scream to a halt when we get what we got? Does it go all dark when we last close our eyes? Or are we all in for quite the surprise? Some shiny heaven with big frilly clouds, or a place where I get to hear my favourite meow. Perhaps fire and brimstone is what I will see. But that seems unfair if you go and ask me. Maybe a mighty stone chair with a well-bearded fellow, or a long cold chamber with an echoing cello. Or maybe for you it's a sneaking sensation. It's like déjà vu or reincarnation. But none of that matters, not all that much. It's what you do with the here and now. It's how you stay in touch. It's how you make sure that loved ones are loved, so they can do the same to the ones they can reach. Built by actions and followed by speech, the kindness we sow is the lesson we teach. We are who we are because of each other, sister or brother, father or mother, friend or foe, or those we don't know. We get it right here, in case there's nowhere to go. So does everything end? Does everything stop? Who cares? It happened. That really is enough. Take another deep breath. Share your soul and your joy. Be kind, my dear friend. My wonderful boy.
Oh.
I knew I couldn't do that.
That last
You were
bit.
so close though. I was like, are you going to sneeze? And then I was like,
I really wanted to just sneeze instead. And I practiced that little bit for days, but I almost got there. Now I need a second.
Yeah, take a moment.
Great.
Live in the moment, even.
I'm in it, yeah. Well, welcome back to the Girls Who Don't D&D podcast. I am your host, Cory, and with me are the girls.
Indy playing Freya.
Stacey playing Kaa'Riin.
Alana playing Morrigan.
Well, this is it. This is the big one.
This is it. Yep, time to pack it up.
Yeah, it's been an honour and a privilege.
I don't even know how many years of in-game play across an extraordinary amount of time, but a couple of years of actually playing as well. This is the ultimate moment where we find out whether you indeed solve the many universes.
Solve anything.
Or any of the problems whatsoever, or the ones we know about. It's been a roller coaster. You know, I've fulfilled my dream of telling a story, or we will by the end of this, telling a story to my son, which is really the ultimate goal for me. And so I thank you guys for helping me do that, because it wasn't meant to take as long as this, but what a story for him to be part of. He talks about his little parts. He talks about things he knows. He knows more about the story than you do.
Oh, of course, naturally.
He just remembers stuff.
A lot about a lot of things.
I know.
More than we do.
He just recalls so much so easily.
But he was allowed to listen to the episodes from the beginning?
No, he's never been allowed to listen to them from the beginning. He's allowed to hear pieces when I'm editing sometimes, but I'm amazed, because I have to carefully pick out the parts he can listen to, because you guys say some stuff.
I'll never forget when he said the word hell or something like that. Or he said something and you see, I'm like, Cooper, where'd you get that? He's like, girls.
No.
No, I think it was a
It
simple
was like the podcast.
It
was
wasn't
like
even
the
that much.
girls
I think
set
it was
up
like a
the
bloody
podcast.
hell.
Yeah, it was like something like that.
Yeah, which in Australia is,
He threw us under so fast.
Yeah.
he looked like, well, I assumed that was a normal word. And I was like, well, it depends on where it comes from.
Way to tattle on us. Jeez.
Funny, but I'll follow my sword for him any day.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. He really is. He actually loves telling people that I'm famous, and I always have to pull that back in and go, no. But this goes back to when he found a trophy from my basketball days, which was easily from 1987 or something along those lines, and it said that it was an NBA champion on the little engraved section, and NBA is accurate. The Newcastle Basketball Association. But he has been telling people for a long time that I played in the NBA, and I've always got to go, no. They know about me as the shortest guy to ever play, which is not true. I'm not as short as Spud, but people out there know that you don't get out there if you're not, 6 foot plus, and I just hit the 6 foot mark. It's a tough road from there. But he loves telling people that. I mean, this is what's made me shake my head the whole time. It started so simple for me, and I just can't believe the things we've done. So what I wanted to ask you guys this time, simple one. What have you noticed about yourself that changed that 4 years ago, how many years ago? I don't even know. You would have said to yourself, no, I will never do that. Like that'll never be something I'd do because...
I never thought I would go to a man's shed that I had not socialised with outside of work.
And now I go to men's sheds all the time.
Regularly.
They constantly say, could you please leave?
It says men's shed.
Very
I'm just trying to hang out with the guys. I'm like, I'm here.
Seriously though, and part of it is because of the community aspect of things. Like once we got the Discord set up and I started running the book club, I still to this day get a lot of anxiety in the lead up to the actual meetups, the digital meetups to chat about the books. But I have come a long way with my willingness to branch out and interact with human beings. Like
Yes.
I'm not, I say I'm not a people person. I'm a my people person, but I guess I've discovered I'm more social than I thought I was. And
Or have you just expanded your my people zone?
yeah, and I'm still anxious as fuck, but I'm more comfortable in engaging in those social things. And with our community being who they are and with my mental health journey and stuff, I'm also feeling less alone in the world, which is really nice.
That is nice, yeah.
That is really nice. Oh.
I'd be lying, I think, if I said I'd changed in some way. I think that I was always like this and I always had this potential. I think I was always...
Part nerd, is that what you're trying to say? Like you're
Fierce, independent badass?
No, I think that I always had a capacity to banter with certain people.
Yeah.
Always had a capacity to be a bit of a yes-ander. And I think this gave me the platform to be able to do that in a very safe and supportive way. I could think for a long time I was probably seen as too much or not serious or immature. And at least I can be that in this space. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Sure.
It just didn't change me. It just gave me.
I've only known you as someone who was immature and
Yeah.
couldn't, stay on track.
No, I can't.
I thought this was perfect for you.
And don't.
My favorite moment when we worked together, and we haven't mentioned very often, this is off track a bit, but was that day where I handed out notes for everybody
Oh, it was so fun.
and I spelt yours wrong on purpose, but everyone else's was right. And you were sitting there and I'm like, these are going up soon or something. I can't remember exactly how it was going, but these are going, the poster's going up. They're great, aren't they? And you're looking at going, what the hell? He spent...
Like no one's saying a single thing about this glaring misuse of your, which really pissed me off. I'm like,
Yeah.
you haven't published this, have you? I'm like, this is so embarrassing if you've published this. You've used the wrong your.
And we had no idea what you're talking about.
Everyone's going, that is the right use of your. And then I'm like, what? And then I'm like going, no. And then, realizing that Cory had given me the wrong one and we call it gaslighting now. We have words for it.
Professionally gaslighting.
We have a term.
It was a professional gaslight. It was good though. It was funny.
It was I had no idea that it would have the effect. Otherwise I would have done it earlier. It was fantastic. Indy, how have you changed?
Well, I've always wanted to be rich and famous, and I just feel like I'm on the path.
I'm not sure you are, but
I think I am. I mean, I'm on camera now. No, I think I would never have anticipated sitting in front of a camera and doing shows with friends and then putting them online for people to see. And that is massive because
I love your little cooking shows.
Really? I miss those,
I can't cook, so
I just feel like I ramble onto myself, and that's just what's going on in my head. The little squirrels running around.
That's what cooking shows are. I mean,
Is that not it?
When you think about it, a recipe is pretty short.
It's
true.
true.
A half-hour show shouldn't be like, that's the recipe, and I just put it in at random intervals, and that's it. It's this is the chat in between, and that's why there's so many of those shows are successful.
Yeah.
Can I add one other thing for Indy?
Oh, yeah,
yes.
let's do it on Indy's behalf.
Knowing that she has gone to the library for a study date to do editing for videos, like your tech skills have come so far. Like from watching you type in your email address into the URL search bar to
Sorry, what did you say? Did you say she Googled her email address?
She Googled her email address to get to her emails.
You're the youngest. It's supposed to be, technology is supposed to be like at the end of your fingertips.
Don't touch it at any cost.
She goes out in the world and lives life. Like,
Yeah, she's like out in nature and shit.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And also I
nature.
get really frustrated.
You're so beautiful and everywhere, you know.
But then, like this week at work, Indy leaned across while I was working on something, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, this isn't like doing what it should be doing." And I went to find a workaround, and Indy leans over and she's like, "Oh, you've got to do this." And she actually reminded me of a techie thing to help me out.
Wow.
Yeah, and I thought, I've had this problem before.
You're like, step back, little lady.
I actually am loving like learning this stuff because I was chucking a few hissy fits, but I'm actually getting a lot better, which makes me feel so much more confident about technology.
I love you guys doing some editing because now you can see just
fun.
what it takes. And,
I
and
lose my mind over
The
it. I
hissy
get
fits.
so
They're
hissy
real.
fits.
Oh,
John, like he'll hear me slam the computer shut. He's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, I fucked up. I got to start all over again. I just cut." And then he's like, "Okay, go have a wine."
let's hit some shout outs. I'm going to shout out some people who have been with us from the start because they made my life much easier when we got to the end. But so much appreciation of the efforts from Clav from Norway, Ian from Ireland, Tessa and Reagan from the US who voiced our gods.
we met Ian, hey?
We did. I went out and had a lovely Japanese lunch with Ian.
And he made us, I forget what they're called, but it was out of like the wood from the creek.
Oh, it was so cool.
And he wrote little lovely letters to us, which
Really
are actually
lovely letters.
over the back of Stacey. You can see the one he wrote to Sam that I just keep here because those little interactions weren't things we were used to as human
Not
beings.
at
Like having
all.
people just go, we were thinking about you and being kind to you. That sounds so tragic, but
We're not used to this.
I wasn't used to people being
Well, in
kind
our
to me.
line
you
of
know.
work, you're really not used to this.
No, you're not. So,
It's very true.
But the other thing I was thinking was, can you imagine if we got this far on the show and I wrote out to any of those people and said, do you mind being the god you've been at, any various stage throughout the series, and had them go, "Oh, I don't listen anymore. I'm done. Your show was crap." That would have been a big deal because then I would have had to say, "Yeah, that god doesn't speak anymore." They've just muted themselves for no good reason. So that's my shout out. Indy, who you got?
I have a shout out for Juice Wendelrup. Juiced.
Mr. Bob Dobalina. Mr. Dobalina.
I think that's it. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Thank you for joining along.
Well, you did at least once because you said it 3 different ways.
Our
So
first 3 tiers, which is exciting
yeah.
for patron. So thank you.
From any
We
particular
appreciate it.
year or?
2025.
Oh, this year.
This year, current.
Fun.
Yep.
I'm going back to 2022. Patron shout out pull to Luke Rule.
Luke Rule, great name.
No notes. That's it. Luke Rule. I'm going to add an S for him.
Yes.
Luke rules.
One was
'Cause
in
you
present.
do.
Yeah, one was in present tense. Look, rule now.
I will then go for a patron from 2023 that's been with us since 2023, and I'm just waiting for the wheel to finish spinning. I've got Matej Strouch. Matej Strouch. Thank you so much for following us, supporting us. We really appreciate it.
I feel reasonably confident you didn't get that one right.
I'm still congested and my enunciation's crap today, so...
Yeah, I didn't have that excuse and I still would have got it wrong.
Oh, I'm so lazy when I talk.
Yeah, same.
Sometimes
Sometimes
can
I
you
don't even-
not mumble?
It's very Australian. It's hot here. Even making our lips move around is going to make us sweat. So we just cut back on the amount of movement we do. And next thing you know, you say an entire phrase like, "G'day, mate, how you doing?" And your lips don't move.
I think sometimes my brain's working faster than my mouth can, and then I just eventually
Yeah.
give up and I'll spit things out of order. Yeah. John's like, are you
trip over
having a
words.
stroke, Alana? Like,
And
just get the
hey,
keywords.
why isn't telepathetically an actual thing that actually happens?
I wish it was.
Mm.
So true. Surely, the thing is, we're trying to evolve, but we can't seem
I don't
to.
think you can try to evolve, and that might be the problem. We're all keen to do it. We're like, come on, let's do this faster. And then, evolution's like, this is actually a process of millions of years.
But we don't get
I
to
need this
benefit
by
from it.
Thursday.
We're not the generation who's going to affect.
I wanted wings by the afternoon. All right. When we left our story in the last episode, the girls were together and yet apart, spread out across 3 key moments in their lives. Beneath the Bay of Whales, Freya was fighting an earlier version of Undulok and his many tentacles. Yep. On board Skaven's submersible of the 7 Seas. She was with the original versions of Morrigan and Kaa'Riin, but Freya was powering up and had just unleashed a god-level sneak attack by running away and then coming back again.
Yeah, you think that was stupid, Cory?
You didn't have a follow-up to your own sentence there. You think that was stupid, Cory, and left it there. Yeah. Speaking of godly, Kaa'Riin was on board another vessel, the original Harpy's How, that would one day be renamed the Golden Spear.
Yes, I was. And I remembered from episode 1, I remembered something and I saved everyone.
Okay. What I was looking for then, you used to do the thing when I'd say the Golden Spear. For some reason, you used to all go,
The Golden Spear.
yeah,
I
timed
always
it
said
perfectly.
spear.
Yeah.
Spear.
Golden Spear.
This is gold ball.
Close enough is good enough for you guys, isn't it? Welcome back to Girls Who DMD. It's close enough. So, this probably isn't a good time to tell you that the Golden Spear was actually one of the many clues you did not investigate. Instead, Kaa'Riin, a god of thunder and lightning and fertility, is talking, just throwing that in there, is talking with a group of people that have just met her for the first time. Lute, Dutch, Morrigan and Freya again. Just as Kaa'Riin was about to say something very important, she said she even wrote it down, we'll find out today if she did, tentacles burst from the water, grasping onto the flying ship. Yeah, she didn't write it down. And then there was Morrigan, princess, queen, clay, golem, dying. Yet again.
Always and forever.
How are you dying? I forget.
Well, I can tell you. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, sorry,
it's a
carry on.
recap. Morrigan returned to the chamber, otherwise known as the Heart of the Mountain.
Yes.
And that's where you had all been before Stacey shunted them to a place far away to search for his child, Dumu. I'm still very much looking forward to how you explain that whole process.
Actually, that's why I'd sacrifice myself. I didn't want to have that conversation.
You know
I
what?
would rather die than have an awkward conversation.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah.
So just look.
So I was about to say if you survive, but now I know it's a choice. That you're like, no, I'd rather not talk. It is highly unlikely that you will survive, though.
I know. I've been processing this for the last, 3 weeks?
And yet you turned up today.
I know.
The cavern is full of gods. It's possible Lute has some power. Dumu is there. His parents are gods. Undulok, the biggest of the bads, is there. The demigod Dornus is there. And of course, the god that threw the golden spear, not to mention Freya and Kaa'Riin. At this level, if they can get to here, they will also have their powers.
Oh, yeah.
But not powered up yet, I hope.
It is a very busy place. The children of the night are here, but safely hidden away within Stacey's shell. I put that down there so I could actually say it properly for the first time. Their mothers are here, the Nine Lives Guild, and Shashley, ready to fight as always, which is probably very helpful since Undulok has been dragging an army of undersea dwellers, the Tritons, and they're here as well. They're not in the chamber with him, but they're close by.
The Tritons?
They are, yeah.
I love that.
They are very near the entrance to this chamber, but struggling because you left your very own army above this area, the one that used to belong to the now deceased Lord Caradril, and they're in their ships flying above and being supported by what I'm referring to as a flight of Draco bears. That's my collective now for Draco bears. I invented Draco bears, I believe.
Wait, what is it?
A flight of Draco bears.
I'd say that works.
I love
Cory. I think you've done
Akari.
well.
There goes.
I miss Akari.
God, there's
Is
so
Akari
much
gonna
going
come
on.
back?
Fuck.
Yeah, he's flying up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Could you just put the map up for us so we can see everything?
I wish I'd made one. While the armies of the people of Kaa'Riin have been decimated, your fault, what remains are still fighting on the snow. There are some left.
Your fault.
Your fault. There's some left fighting on the mountains outside. And let's not forget, Morrigan's mother and girlfriend are here somewhere too, as is Freya's mum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Far out.
Now, one of the things I was doing in the last episode was giving you godly gals back your powers slowly. Each time it depended upon how well the girls playing their side mission on Patreon went.
as they had been sent into the void to retrieve your powers. They did a good job. So I have a bunch of little cards here, and if you do these things, that power will power up.
Yeah, we're like dogs performing for treats.
We
don't know what the trick is. We've got to perform.
Or you're like gods performing for treats.
Gods performing for
There you
treats.
go.
Yeah.
If you spell God backwards, it's dog.
Can't believe you told that like it was some sort of fact that needed to be. And
Did you know?
Did you know?
learning with Indy.
Learning how to spell
Hey,
with
kids.
Indy.
Dog and God are closely related, but cat and tack, they're pointless.
I mean, they're both stabby.
Actually, that's
They
very
can be,
true.
That's true, yeah.
Very true.
Anyway, so you have these cards. They're sitting in front of me. I haven't told you what is required of you to power those things up, and you won't get all of them because there's a lot of different things that can happen. But there are different triggers based on what you do. Ladies, are you ready to play?
Yes. Yeah.
Good, because we're starting with Freya.
I'm still on the God dog thing.
It's just 3 girls, a dragon, and a handful of dice. Some guys telling stories, I'm sure they'll be nice. There will be monsters, and magic, and fire and ice. But it's mostly 3 girls, a dragon, and dice.
All right, so yes, we are starting with Freya. Freya, you are deep beneath the Bay of Whales in a submersible, being attacked by the many tentacles of Undulok. You are supported by Kaa'Riin and Freya in their early forms, and Captain Marco, who's launched himself into this fight. You also know that somewhere on board are other crew members, of course, and Fanati.
Yeah. So my goal for this moment is to try and find Fanati. So yeah, I need to figure out where Fanati is and find him, and then my next job will be to...
Not interested in the tentacles?
Well, I just hit them, didn't I? Do I still have to keep hitting them? I've got to weaken Undulok, don't I?
Yeah.
And by killing these tentacles, I'll probably do that and help us for the future. Okay, fine, I'll do that then.
Or you can go and get Fanati. I don't mind which one you choose
I
to
don't
do.
know.
It's up to you.
Pick.
Your goal is supposed to be to defeat Undulok.
Okay, defeat
And
Undulok.
play the game
Let's
yourself
go.
from time to time.
All right, fine. I'll defeat Undulok. Here you go.
And you already left us once. Like, you ran out of the room while we were fighting.
Yeah, but I got like
And then came
56
back.
points on him.
She has hurt him quite a bit.
And now she's going to run away again.
Yeah. Do you guys got again? No, I may as well use my my sword and just have another crack at
All right.
those big tentacles.
You've decided you have the initiative now?
I do.
Because I've actually
Oh,
not,
where are we on initiative?
Yeah, I wrote the initiative order down, and because we basically rebuilt our room this week, and exactly the right time to do it,
Oh, you've lost it.
I've lost it, so I'm going to make you all re-roll.
Okay.
Have you? You should know how much I've rebuilt in here. All right, ladies, hit me with your initiative, please.
13.
I know you were at the top. I'll let you start. So I don't actually need
Oh,
yours.
plus 5. 18, sorry.
You probably stay at the top
Carry on.
anyway.
7.
There's no change. I'm sure of it. I'm sure you were at the bottom. Kaa'Riin.
10.
Okay.
So I win?
No, just looking at the order because it's Freya, Undulok, Kaa'Riin. And if you want to look at the acronym of that, it's just fuck.
And then an M on the end?
Yeah, fuck them. Just fuck them.
That's a plan. We're going to fuck them up.
I wish that had always been our initiative. Just look, we're just going in fuck them order again and we'll see what happens. But we are going in F them.
Yep.
And Freya, you do get to go first. What would you like to do?
I'm going to use my sword and
If
I'm
you
just
want
going to
it,
have
you
a
can
crack.
go and try and find Fanati if you
No.
want.
I'm going to have a crack at this.
I'm not stopping you.
No, it's fine. I want to do this.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give this a go. Have a swing at the tentacles. And try and weaken him even more. So I've got to roll. Fuck.
Yes. You do have initiative, yes.
Well, it's plus 11 to hit,
Yes.
and I got rolled a 6. So I don't hit.
That's 17, isn't it?
Oh.
You add the 11.
Yeah, you don't just pick between them.
He has the number you've got to beat. Like, it's whatever his hit points
have
are.
you played this game before?
It's your first time.
This is your first game.
How after this many years?
44 episodes.
Did you send someone else in just to
Yeah, we
replace?
just have someone that sounds like Indy, but it's not Indy.
Welcome. So yeah, I've just hit 17. So I hit.
This version of Undulok you have fought before, and I listened to the other day, and yes, 17
Does
hits.
hit.
This is the weaker version.
So I need 1d6 plus 5 for piercing.
Yeah, it would have been great if you remembered to do your booming blade, but let's move on.
Oh,
I thought I'd already used it. I did use it last time.
Keep using it.
I can keep using it. Okay. So this is 1d6.
Yeah, this will
It's a bit boring.
maybe
6.
one sucker. It's a great roll.
I could have used Booming Blade though. Okay, well, I know for next time.
You cut off just the tip of a tentacle.
Just the tip.
There it is.
Just the tip.
Finally, an innuendo I meant. I've come so far.
Undulok is next, and Undulok reaches out and tries to grab Captain Marco, who has come in and charged into the air and leapt like only a dwarf could, with arms back, legs back, some sort of swinging metal chunk of something, because that's what dwarves carry. And he does grab Marco and flings him into the wall of the side of the submarine. Hear a metal clang, and Marco falls to the ground. It doesn't hurt him too much. Surprisingly, after I described it like it would. So Marco is on that side. He's not unconscious or anything like that after being thrown into a wall. He's a fairly sturdy fellow. So, Kaa'Riin, what would you like to do? Thanks.
So okay, just to get it straight in my mind, I am now playing my original me with Freya.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love that. Okay.
Freya does... Well, initially she looked more powerful, but just a moment ago she cut off just the tip and it didn't look that impressive.
Yeah.
Before that...
I'm like, I don't
she
know
came
about
in
this.
before and it was a massive, violent, stabby thing going on.
I did really well.
And Kaa'Riin and I had a moment where we looked at each other and we updated the suspicious book.
The book.
Yeah, because at the moment you guys still think that something's going on.
We were investigating the
Strangely, right now it
strangeness.
isn't. But you don't know that.
She suddenly has a full head of hair. There's no more balding happening. When she was possessed, she was starting to have those physical side effects. And now she's not,
She
because
does
she's
get your
come
book out
back.
and write, hair looks nice again.
I'm like, she's glowing.
Yeah. She looks like she could turn around
Anyway.
quickly and have her hair follow her in slow motion. For no reason. That'd be a great power to give you.
Oh, yeah.
For the next one.
All right, in campaign 2, all of you will have
Yep.
the power to turn your head and your hair will follow slowly.
I like this.
Head
I
at
like
normal
this
speed.
a lot.
Nonetheless, Kaa'Riin,
Okay. So I don't have any of my godlike powers here.
you absolutely do not.
Damn it. But, we're underwater. I'm definitely not going to do that. I was going to call lightning. No, the fuck I'm not.
Just destroy the oceans.
Oh my God.
No, it would dissipate despite what some people believe. There's some people who think that once you put one electrical cord into the entire ocean is electrified. No, it wouldn't be enough to wipe out the entire ocean. It just also wouldn't get there.
That's good to know.
And you're supposed to be able to see the sky.
Yeah, I know. And I see that now.
Yeah, you did very well.
I see and know that now, but I'm going for the tentacles also. I am going to rage out. I'm going to just start chopping at whatever is nearby.
With your axe.
Yes, with my axe. So I'll roll for that.
Yes. Correct.
Because she has played this before.
I know. She's looking at me like she's up to no good. It was a D20 though, right? You rolled.
No. It was a 6.
That's... What, with your D20 you rolled a 6?
No, she only rolled a d6, so she's going to re-roll now.
That's not what happened. I can see her face.
I rolled a 6 on my D20. So I rolled 9, so I don't hit.
Yeah, so weak back then.
Wait. Doesn't she get advantage on something when she's raging?
Strength.
Yeah, but not on attacks.
Isn't that a strength attack? Swinging an axe?
Just give it to us, Cory.
It's such a low roll
Okay.
that I cannot find... I just want to make that clear. It's so low. There are only a few numbers lower than it.
But shouldn't you have let me roll with advantage?
For the non-story you told me, you said, I'm going to swing my axe.
But the pizzazz.
You didn't even say axe. You lacked pizzazz.
Oh, man.
Swing and a miss. Anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I'm feeling pretty embarrassed right now.
I'm going to
Because
feel
I'm actually
embarrassment.
raging out. I would equate it to have you ever seen, well, I haven't seen this in my actual life, but this is what I imagine. Like when a full-grown man is chucking a tantrum
No.
and he tries to do something like kick a bin over or something, but instead they trip over and the rubbish falls over them. That's kind of it's like I'm raging out and swinging and I just miss this thing that's right there. It's embarrassing.
And then they just aggressively kick the bin.
now
more
it's the
rubbish
bin's
everywhere.
fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't seen much of that, but any action where someone tries to hit something inanimate, you already know they haven't thought it through.
Yeah.
Like punching of walls and headbutting things. It's just it doesn't care.
Yeah.
And you cannot win this fight. But you can win this fight. You just have to roll more than a 9.
I understand that now.
How much more than a 9?
Well, Freya hit. with a 17.
So somewhere
It's
between
not
a
even hard to
10
hit.
and a 17.
Okay, all right, I get it. It's not even hard to hit,
Just
man.
not enough.
Not you, him. He's like, it's like not even that hard. I'm like, well, tell the dice that.
Captain Marco rises from the floor and readies another attack and slices through the air.
So this is his moment. He said it's not that hard. Let's see how he rolls.
Yeah, let's see.
You know how he said it's not that hard? What'd you roll again?
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 5.
What a loser! What an absolute loser!
Captain Marco feels very disappointed by being bullied by Kaa'Riin. All he says is, I just tried to do what you did. You looked impressive, but now I realize you don't know what you're doing either.
What about that was impressive to you that you thought you were going to copy it? Don't try and put it on me.
Look, you looked rippling. There's muscles and you've got slimy stuff on it that makes the muscles look even more impressive.
Slimy stuff.
You look oiled up.
It's just the tip and they're oiled up.
Realistically, though, you're just like there's water in what you're in. You're in, ankle deep water at the moment, and there's some oil and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks a little bit shimmery.
Okay, cool.
You looked impressive. You looked
I just
Sigourney
love
Weaver in
you're
Aliens.
trying to make it my fault when
It's and he was like, and now he's standing there going, God, I wish I hadn't oiled up. It made the handle slippery. But my muscles look amazing. So he has dropped short. Morrigan, no pressure, but you guys aren't doing much.
Yeah, and you think I'm going to improve that?
General request to improve upon this situation has been made.
I'm sticking with fire because I do remember from the ship that fire tended to damage it
After it was cut.
So I'm going to aim for the one that has the tip cut off.
Right now, I'm going to equate this to someone literally just cutting their finger, and we're really honing in on the cut.
Yeah.
It did recoil, but you cut off the littlest of knobs, so it really didn't hurt too much.
Really, how would you feel if we cut it off just a little of the knob?
Don't start that conversation. There's no one winning in that one, is there?
Okay, so I'm just going to use a firebolt cantrip, which...
Yeah, you should save up all those big, powerful, spells you have for something bigger to come along.
Okay, so I didn't realize I would be able to think about it that way.
I didn't know thinking was an option.
No, I didn't. I
When did that
overthought
happen?
it.
Has it ever been?
Alana,
in this
I was
game?
trying to be honest.
Be me. Don't think.
Don't think, just do.
Freya's still not sure thinking is an option. She's like, maybe not.
All right. Well, you know what then? I am going to use Fireball, which means I don't even have to roll. Cory has to roll. And I'm also, what's the size of the space we're in?
It's not big, but...
Yep. I am also then going to use my sorcery points to cast it as a careful spell to protect the people that are with me.
Is this the first time you've used your...
Nah, second.
Okay, what have I got to do? What have I got to do?
Ungelok has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw of 16.
Oh, wisdom. Wisdom.
How wise is
What was that,
Fishman?
Cory?
Well, it was bigger than the last roll.
By 1?
No, by 3.
Okay.
And he does not have +8.
Perfect. Then I am going to excuse the plastic
He would
bag
have taken
sounds.
half damage anyway, right?
Yeah.
But now he takes all of the damage. Is this a bag this to me looks like a bag you've got with a pre-rolled fireball coming out of it. Here it comes.
Well, I need 8 d6s, so I'm just opening my d6 bag to get 8 d6s.
That's a good idea for the future. Bags of attacks. Whoa.
All right. I need...
Just pick all the 6s out of
Just
that.
count those. Yeah.
I have rolled 8 d6s to fuck shit up. Fuck them up. And
Did you add your 8 d6s?
I added them, and then I added them again, and then I
Cross-referenced.
typed it into Google Calculator to triple check that I had added it correctly. So it is 31 points of damage.
Ooh,
That's nice.
that's a lot.
Good job.
You told me to do better and improve the situation, so I did.
Correct.
I
Do it
didn't know
again.
that was an option this whole time.
We just had to tell her the thing was just to do better.
Do better. I also have my positive potato here and all my fidgets.
Ooh, what fidgets you got going on?
So I've got my squishy cube.
Cute.
I've got the one that has the marble in the little
Oh yeah, cute.
cage. I've got 2 worry stones.
Oh, how do you find the worry stones?
I like them.
Yeah,
They're smooth. Do you want the hexagon or the green one?
the green one. Cool. Oh yeah, sorry.
Angelok is hurt.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that hurt. And he retracts. All the tentacles just sort of slide out of the, not so much as a run away, but more as a reaction to the pain.
Yeah.
But he is definitely hurt.
Can I request no tentacle creatures in the next campaign?
No.
Okay, never mind.
You have to kill this one first. I cannot guarantee there'll be...
Yeah. So he's retreated a little bit.
A little bit.
Cool.
Yes.
Love that.
He has not retreated from the Harpy's Howl, though, which is what we're jumping across to right now.
Yeah.
When we left the Harpy's Howl, Kaa'Riin, you were on board and you were on the deck. There were still some of those little sailors crawling around, pieces of sailors trying to put themselves back together. Loot was there, Freya, Morrigan, and you were trying to explain to them the value of the jewels, the important part about, the gems, not just the jewels, but the gems, which was a surprise to Dutch because he didn't know how you knew about them. And just as you were talking about how important it was not to lose them over the side of the ship, the tentacles from beneath the ship latched on. It was Queen Morrigan who once gave the gems to Dutch. She even told him where to take them. At the time, Dutch had no idea that he was talking to the darker of Morrigan's sides. Already separated by Dornus, this Morrigan was beginning to step towards her fears, already choosing the shadows. But she wasn't lost yet. This was her last redeeming act. She stole the payment Dornus had requested for his magic, a handful of coloured gems, took it from right under his nose, and she sent those trapped souls, some of immense power, some of intimate connection, to the only person she still believed in, herself. In the days that followed, her heart shriveled and she became what Dornus had hoped. But the paths of fate had already been redrawn, and an unlikely hero's fate was sown.
I think you're on mute.
Workday's starting to sound the same.
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Home means something different to everyone. But with Rocket Mortgage, home can mean even more. It can mean a college education, taming your high-interest debt, even a renovation. We've made it easier than ever to use your home equity. That home you worked so hard for, now it can work hard for you. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states, and MLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
I'm going to let you figure out what to do next. I'll leave it with you.
Okay.
You had a plan.
I
Do
look
you
at-
recall it?
Well, I think I might. Dutch and I are still in conversation stance, yes?
Yeah.
Thank you. Really transported
Just
me
put
there.
you right into the moment.
I'm like, you need to not ask questions. We are in danger. Trust me. I know everything.
Good. I fucking hate questions.
More than you.
Hate them.
More than anyone. Good. So there's no questions. From you, from me. Just instructions.
All right, why? I mean, I know that's a question, but it seems
Because
like...
if you don't listen to me, Luke's going to die.
Done.
Great. So you need to put those gems in the chest.
What chest?
The chest that we got all our weapons out of.
Right, got it, yep.
Yep.
Which one? There's 3.
Does it matter?
You're right. Too many questions. I apologise.
Oh, sorry, Morrigan doesn't understand.
I do believe they're all portals to chests. That's how we got our weapons in the first place, yeah?
Yeah, that'd be a big deal to Morrigan and Freya right now going, what the?
Oh, yeah. Girls, are you on board with this plan, yay or nay? Yep. Yep.
You just met her.
Yes, that's the hesitation. So 1, what's the gems? 2, why is there a portal? 3, what is a portal?
Okay, that's probably some of the best playing you've ever fucking done.
Now's not the time.
Now is not the time to remember your skill set and memories. Okay.
Will this get us away from the creepy tentacle thing that's coming on the ship?
Look, I think the best policy is to be truthful right now.
Oh, there's definitely music swelling now because you've never said the best policy is truthful.
We are all gods. we wiped our own memories, all to find something that we actually did to ourselves in the first place.
Yeah, this will go down well.
I look over at Freya, who looks as confused as I am, and then I look back at Kaa'Riin.
And I go, and if I need to prove this to you, if I wasn't a god, could I do this? And I conjure up Elemental.
Okay, so what? One of the cards that Stacey got was if she was to use her lightning powers, which, let's be honest, she was almost certainly going to do.
Always.
She would get her godly version of that.
Ooh.
Which is, what's the name of the spell?
Conjure Elemental.
Yeah. So she can create, and does so right next to you.
Can I read it?
Can you please
It's the
describe what is...
funniest thing.
Oh, okay.
You conjure a large, intangible, extremely fit-looking lightning spirit with an 8-pack and a chiseled jawline that appears in an unoccupied space within range.
So, to be clear, she's gone, let me prove I'm a god, and then has summoned a handsome man with an 8-pack.
You've never seen this power before.
But I've just seen her create a person out of thin air.
And
As evidence of her god. I'm like...
Increasingly powerful one. It starts off just looking like a person, but this thing is lightning.
But even not knowing that, I've seen her create life.
Therefore, God. So
That feels
no
like
questions.
a very believable...
Yeah. And I say, you also have powers. You are also gods. You're just not in the right time and space. So follow the plan.
Look.
And the plan is do as much damage on those fucking tentacles as you can.
Righto. And then you said something about portals?
Portals. What do you think portals are? Portals. Transport. Portals. No time for questions. Chess. Portals.
Look,
Go.
I don't have any other plan. I'm happy to do whatever.
All gems. Anything important, put it in the chest. Do I want to put loot in the chest?
Is there a reason we're not leaving if we can go through portals? Can I have an 8-pack?
Kaa'Riin just points at your chest. Bang, and a lightning 8-pack appears. I said points at your chest. I don't know where 8-packs apparently go. Now your boobs are gone, but you have an 8-pack there instead. Sorry, yes, awkward.
Start at the tips.
Well, you just got udders all the way down, so... you asked for it.
Oh, I hate it.
She takes it back straight away. I'm sorry. I'll think it through next time.
Okay, are we done with the questions?
Yeah. Okay. What do we need to do?
Well, I don't know.
I have one. She said it before. What are we doing with loot and me?
You're going in the chest. Get out of here.
Why? What are we leaving for? We can beat it here.
But can loot? Gonna keep us alive if he's dead?
You survived everything that's coming to that
It
kid.
seems like a no-brainer to get the kid to safety. And if you're saying there's a way to get the kid out of this situation...
I'm not a kid.
Yeah, you are, kinda.
No, I'm just short.
No.
I'm a little... Okay, I'm younger than everyone else here.
Like, how old would you say?
It's kind of like dog years. No one really knows exactly what it means.
Well, it's funny that you say it because my dog is always a baby no matter how old he gets.
That's...
You're just a baby.
Oh, God, you pull his cheeks.
You're just a little
please,
baby.
don't. We're
You're
fighting this
just a
giant
baby.
tentacled creature. Please don't pull my cheeks.
I boop his little nose. Just a baby.
What if we all go through the chest and we leave this chiseled man in the sky to fight them?
Nope.
No?
What you also need to know is you're going to die here, most likely.
Huh?
What?
I'm saying it's a risk, but if you don't take this risk, you're definitely going to die here and everywhere.
Huh.
So...
Okay.
I'm confused.
Really quickly, there's lots of universes, lots of time. People think time is like linear, and it's not. It's more like a blobby ball, and we're all somewhere in here. The other two of you, in your god forms, are somewhere else fighting this exact same monster. We need to kill this monster in 3 different timelines, in 3 different spaces, in order to defeat the monster, because it's too powerful to defeat in just one.
And what does
That's great, Stacey.
I can't believe we've swapped so many of our players today.
And what do the gems have to do with that?
They hold souls, and that wants all of them. Souls make gods. It's a whole thing. Please don't make me explain this in a really fast presentation.
If we die here, do we die elsewhere?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Like where I'm going?
You will go back to safety. You'll go back to the 2 cosmic gods whose son we had actually hidden, made ourselves forget, only to find him again, find out we actually hid him in the first place, and our plan had actually no real value at all.
And you want us to trust you now?
Yeah, essentially. Because now I have 400 years worth of knowledge.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and if you really want to know, in one timeline...
Sure, let me just ask this tentacle thing that just take a moment. Just
Yes.
hold on, we'll be with you in a minute.
I'm sorry, don't mention my spirit god's kind of holding on a restraint right now.
Yep.
Yeah, my spirit god can restrain it somewhat, probably enough for me to get my mouth.
Quite a lot by the sound of it. Yeah. Okay. You restrain the giant tentacly thing while I have a speech.
Okay, and if you can believe that, the loot in the correct time and place is currently being turned into a god with all the souls from everywhere, everything being turned into a god. He will rule, be a benevolent god, because if he doesn't, then another god is going to take the place in the pendulorium, whatever the hell it's called, and we're all fucking doomed.
In the pendulorium.
What's it called?
Pantheon, but I like pendulorium.
I did the best I could.
Yep.
I'm short on
It's
time.
better than aquarium, which you said last time.
Who said that?
So if you think the healing staff is impressive, wait until he's a full-blown fucking god. Are we good?
And Lute, who isn't a kid, goes, awesome.
So whether he stays or goes is really up to you. It's to you in this time and place. Oh my God, by the way, you die.
Whoa. That's Lute talking. What do you mean? Dutch doesn't.
Yes, he does.
But if he goes through now, the portal, do we save him?
But we can save him.
Yeah, but we got to beat this thing here, right?
We do.
Yeah, we
do.
And Dutch is like standing there with his 6 guns. Not 6-pack, 6 guns. Because he's ready to fight.
Dutch, if you die here, you'll be gone forever.
But if that makes that thing weaker.
I don't know, but like, I've got a lot of power here. The girls are pretty strong.
Look, I appreciate the macho, but it seems like she has a bit more of an idea of what's going on. And if this is, you're telling me that everything, everyone, everything is literally in state, like at risk. And if we do what you say, there's a chance it'll be okay.
Everyone and everything in this known and unknown universe.
Okay, you guys get downstairs. Let's keep Squidward away.
But the magic draws its attention, so get rid of anything magic and put it in the chest. Doesn't matter what chest. The chests are a portal to the god snails.
Wait a minute. If you put the magic in the chest and it's drawn to the chest, it's going to go to the chest.
Okay, so it destroys the portal.
Why would it do that? Wouldn't it go through it?
Can we close the portal once they go through?
But then we're stuck here. Then we die here.
Not if we beat him. Not if the other 2 god versions of you are fighting just as hard as we are. Oh shit, I actually just wrote. Sorry. Hold on. Stop. That's what that means.
Yeah, sure,
now.
it's plenty of time. That elemental's doing really fucking
well. The goal
well.
isn't to defeat, it's just to distract and survive.
Okay, so we're just keeping the tentacles away from these guys in the chests.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start lightning striking everything that I can.
Awesome.
All right.
I love that.
I'm going to start lightning, shit, everything. You start fireballing.
Okay, on it. And I start throwing
you do
firebolts.
anything but a sneak attack. And
Trust me on this.
Trust me on this. You never really got it. And you know what? Dutch and Lute, you have a choice right now. You can either save yourself and Lute, get in the chest, take all the gems with you. At the very least, you got to do the gems, okay? That's like that's the bare minimum that she must do, okay? Everything else, everything else is a could do and a should do.
He's already gone. In the middle of that, he starts heading down the stairs.
Great,
He's
and I'm going to start electrifying. You're going to start power. Well, wait, do we roll initiative?
It kind of depends on what your plan is from here. You've partially solved what you came here to do, which was to get those gems away from it. You've made it weaker. The big problem right now is whether it figures out where they go.
Okay, so I'm going to keep lightning the shit out of it and distracting it. And my little buddy's going to help.
All right, roll for the big buddy first, who is, in my mind, now latched onto one of the tentacles. Electricity going everywhere, lightning happening, and it's just zapping itself while latched onto the tentacles. What sort of attack does it have?
The target takes 8d8 lightning damage.
He's latched on. I just gave him the latched on, which means I just gave him the restrained aspect.
Hey.
Which I should not have done.
But you did.
But I did, which means I'm not even going to make you roll to see if he's been restrained. So instead, now that I've read this spell, he'll take 8d8 damage. Lightning damage.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Okay, now let me just get my 8. Okay, 8d8.
8d8.
Woo. 5. 1.
Are we going to do them all one by one?
Yes. 6. 5.
It's
11.
funny, I would have thought by now the tension would have been building.
You're up to 17. I'm typing it in.
1.
That's 18. You're welcome.
7. 1. 2.
Oh my God.
6.
Exciting times.
34.
Oh, sorry, I don't have 8d8. I don't know what you want me to do in that situation.
I thought you were going to use the little digital one.
Yeah, but it didn't come up on the screen. I was like, I'm not fucking around with that. Let's just get going. Let's just...
Oh, yeah, the speed at which we did that was exceptional. That's what was impressive.
Hey, people are going to be on the edge of their fucking seats.
Yeah, getting ready to leave the seat to go elsewhere.
No, they're not.
To get a calculator to help us.
That's possibly true.
34.
I've already subtracted that from Angelok's tentacle himself. And same as last time, you see everything retract, and you would remember that he was able to start repairing himself.
And I say, Morrigan.
Yes, sir. It was just very...
I know, I'm sorry.
That's great.
You need to firebolt those, otherwise he'll heal.
Okay. And I throw firebolts at the...
Freya, go find like a light torch or something. Surely the ship has one.
At the damaged ones.
What if I use my booming blade?
Does it have fire? Couldn't you cauterize something?
No, but I remember what happened last time you were on this ship when you attacked. Do you recall what happened? It was the first time.
I used my sneak attack.
Do I roll for my fire stuff now?
How are you still getting that wrong? Yes, please do the fire stuff. Let's sort that out.
Okay.
Did you hit first, though?
That's what I'm rolling for, though.
Oh, cool.
I know how to play.
Yeah, one of us does.
I don't know how to add. It's 9 plus 8.
That's enough.
Sweet. Yes! And then it's 2d10 damage.
Oh, nice. Big numbers. What did I do?
You called upon a particular weapon, and lightning struck it, and cool stuff happened.
The sword of deception.
Yeah.
That is 9 in total.
9 more damage.
Yeah.
The tentacles restrict. There's a squealy sort of sound, but they don't go away.
Are they still... Yeah, they're regenerating or anything?
Not those ones.
Oh, nice.
Like, specifically, we notice the difference.
You do not. Kaa'Riin would.
Oh.
Kaa'Riin's been here before. For you, you're just like, that caused a fair bit of pain, but last time you left them and they regenerated.
Yeah.
This time, the only thing you do know is that they aren't regenerating. But why would you think of that?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Freya.
Yes.
You can go next if you'd like.
I'm going to use my sword of deception.
We're so in sync these days.
I'm going to call upon my sword of deception.
Right.
It's going to be a big hoo-ha.
A hullabaloo.
Lightning's going to strike it. It's all going to go off. Like what's happened before.
It may not. Last time, I think you rolled pretty high.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal. So, but what sort of attack are you doing?
I'm going to use my booming blade and cut off one of the...
Cut off another one?
Yeah, cut off another one.
Go for it.
Yep. So I'm just going to roll this to hit. Boom. It's an 18, so that hits. Then I use 1d6 plus 5. So 1d6. And my booming blade is... Oh, that's a 6. Just 1d8. 3. So,
11 more.
It was actually 14.
All right, I'll take a few extra off.
Thank you.
All right.
It's not bad.
It's still in pain and unhappy about the elemental that it's attached to. However, there are many tentacles. One of them latches on to Kaa'Riin, or tries to latch on to Kaa'Riin, and in particular seems to be going for your axe.
Oh, because it's magic.
Another one, however, is starting to head down the stairs, chasing the magic.
Okay. I've obviously noticed this one going towards the magic. Can't be having that.
But it's not back to you yet. I'm just letting you know what's happening.
Oh, sorry.
Angelok's doing those two things.
Apologies.
But I can understand why you'd be wanting to do something about it.
And so have we all noticed, like, one's going towards Kaa'Riin, one's going towards...
Yeah, but there are tentacles flying around everywhere. There's another one that's got, like, the elemental attached to it, zapping away, which still leaves a couple. 2 are retracting because they were damaged.
Mm-hmm.
But the one going for the axe... And I am on fire today, so that's another 5, people.
Oh, nice.
Slaps around, but just can't get a grip. But the other one loading itself downstairs, you see a fair bit of it is getting down there. But obviously it's not in a position to attack. But certainly can feel around.
All right, I'm running for that one going down the stairs. I'm going to try and chop it off, but I'm also going to have Morrigan on the ready to fire it.
Could you create a minor illusion on the chest?
Or make something look like.
Yes, I just think that the tentacles with them not having eyes are attracted to the feel or the vibes of the magic rather than the appearance of something.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
But I like that you're thinking alternative ways to do this.
Yeah.
Could you then put a minor illusion of me holding the act? No, again, no eyes. Okay, you know what? That's embarrassing.
Have you given me an instruction though? Have you?
Yeah. So I was like, Morrigan, it's essential they do not get to that any kind of magic. I'm going to go for that tentacle, and I need you to cauterize it.
Okay, a 1-2 attack.
A 1-2.
I got you, girl.
Okay.
Let's see if the 1 happens before the 2.
How do you think of these things? You're funny sometimes.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I wrote that one hours ago. I just ticked that one off. Good one. Nice work, team. I've got a team of writers upstairs right now. They're just in my earphone, just telling me little lines to say.
It's just Cooper.
Hang on. He's just Cooper. He is asking me if he can play the Xbox. Okay. Yes, Coop, go ahead.
Oh, I got a 15.
Total.
Plus.
Oh. You held back information clearly.
3 is my axe, so I got 18.
You hit.
I hit, and that means a 1d12 plus 3 with the axe.
Yeah, roll me that.
Okay. 3 plus 3, 6.
Your axe embeds a little bit into the tentacle, but doesn't slice straight through.
But I hit it.
You just did 6 points of damage. It's just like you've gone, God, this is some tough calamari. You know when you get that calamari that's been frozen
like
and the stringy bit in the middle doesn't go all the way through?
That's exactly
and
like
thing
it.
always snaps and you get some kind of juice in the
and
end.
it kind of flicks you back. Okay,
it's really
makes sense.
Your axe doesn't go in very far. And so certainly not enough room to cauterize. And it just keeps moving down the stairs. Actually, no, it doesn't.
Okay.
With the axe inside it a little bit, it retracts it back and tries again to grab the axe.
I'm going to run down the stairs and do a sneak attack.
Yes.
All right, you do that when it's your turn. See how you go. But there's nothing down there because the tentacle that was going down there has come back to try and wrap around that axe.
Where's the axe? I thought Kaa'Riin had it.
Yeah, it's in her hands. You can do 2 things at once.
Didn't they go downstairs?
No, it was
trying to
on
stop
its way down. She was cutting it on its way down the stairs.
Someone give her a phone. I feel like she's a lot more concentrated.
But that does leave us with Morrigan.
I mean, is there anything preventing me from burning it anyway?
No.
I was told to do 1-2 attack. I'm still gonna.
Okay, the 1 has failed. 2.
I'm still gonna try. I will use a spell this time rather than a cantrip. I'm gonna go with Aganaz's Scorcher.
Aganazza?
Yeah, Aganaz's.
Yeah.
Scorcher, mainly because it requires Cory to roll.
What am I rolling this time?
Dexterity saving throw of 16.
He rolls above a 16. He rolled a 16.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to have any trouble missing that one.
Cool. Because you told me we need to read our things. A creature takes the damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful save.
Give me the half.
All right, I just need to find D8s. That's the one flaw of this system.
Do you want me to roll 1 8 times?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Mainly because I have all these pretty dice that I really want to use.
These bags of dice are killing me. They're like pack lunches.
It looks like you've got your own little shop.
Yeah.
And yet I still don't feel like I have enough. So I rolled an 11, half of which would be
6.
5.5. So I'm rounding up to 6.
6.
You can't interrupt a thought process. It will be followed through regardless. All right, 6. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Of fire damage.
It allows the heat. It doesn't flinch or anything. It stays on its task.
Huh.
We off? 30 seconds of carefree bliss.
Oof, like wind in your hair carefree.
Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree.
Yes.
Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox Carefree?
He's on a roll now.
Spit toothpaste on the faucet?
You got it. You got it.
Peanut butter on the light switch.
Oh, spritz.
Spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good.
Okay, we're back.
Use as directed.
Learning through play starts with Lego Duplo. With Lego Duplo, toddlers can develop real-life skills while having fun with colorful bricks made just for them. Large, easy to grip, and safe to explore. When children express themselves with Lego Duplo, they build patience, problem-solving, and empathy. See your child learn perseverance and self-expression with everything they imagine and create. Visit lego.com/preschool to learn more.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
We leave that battle and jump back into a cavern of all sorts of problems where many, many things are going wrong. Not the least of which is Morrigan still falling in slow motion for no reason because the speed of the room has been returned to normal.
I'd forgotten that detail. Yep.
Staka and Thassa are preoccupied with the return of Dumu and have just relinquished all power in the room.
But I did manage to just shove Loot.
Loot is clear.
Yeah, okay.
And there are still souls swirling around Loot, heading towards him, and you see that because your head hits the lily pad that you were balanced on in this wonderful cavern. It's very beautiful if you just go here at the right time. This is the wrong time. Like this spear doesn't carve through you, doesn't create a physical hole or anything like that. It just causes the damage.
Okay.
And would I, if I was creating a bunch of random things about what normally happens to your characters, would I create a card for turnover if Morrigan dies?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I 100% did.
When Morrigan dies.
Yeah.
This one doesn't even say if.
Here's the lucky thing, because I talked about what this would look like in my own head when I was making it.
Okay.
It could have been turnover if Morrigan nearly dies. It could have been turnover if Morrigan goes into death saves, which you are not doing.
Okay. Because this isn't death saves, this is death.
It would be enough power to kill you.
I'm dying. Okay.
This power happens, you feel this power as the spear enters, goes through whatever you are.
I have a second to use this before I continue dying.
Yeah.
Read it.
Can I read? Or do I just...
No, this is a great time to end the series. Yeah,
guys,
we need to know what it is.
Okay. Death's Door. I get to create a shadowy, medium-sized door on any surface.
Yes.
The door can be opened and closed, and it leads to a demi-plane that is of a space no larger than 100 feet in each dimension. You can describe the space, but it can only be a room that I've been in before. When the spell ends, the door vanishes, and any objects inside the demi-plane remain there.
So what was different about this one, homebrewed a little bit, was it's normally a spell called demi-plane, which is a very powerful spell, but I like the idea of calling it Death's Door instead.
Love it. Okay.
Yes, you have the capacity to do that. How you do it is up to you.
Well...
And could save your life.
Okay. I am not sure whether this is something I can do based on the wording of this, but you'll tell me if I can't.
Yeah.
I'm dying, and I need to not be dying.
Yep.
And I don't have death saves because I'm literally dying. So, can I fall through
the lily pad? And
the space that I want to fall through into is Staka's
Don't you dare. I just thought of that when you were thinking of it.
Yes! Isn't his goop like healing and restorative?
It is.
You killed it.
I guess it's up to me whether I decide the place you're going to is Staka's
I've been there
shell,
before.
But does it have the same impact upon you?
Well played. Banana.
So close.
I'm not sure I would have thought of that. That's very good.
I'm gonna say yes. Of course I'm gonna say yes. It's so good. It's so good. Good ideas deserve reward.
I fall through it and I fall into Staka's shell.
All right. I'm gonna do one thing because I'm a jerk.
Okay.
Does the spear come through the door with you?
I would hope to be closing the door behind me.
I don't think you've got the speed to close the door behind you.
I think. Yeah, if you're falling on your back, right?
Pretty sure she does.
Well, I've fallen face first, so I imagine that I'm almost falling through it and then kicking it shut.
I'm going to roll and let's see how we go. I'm going to go 50-50 on this. 50-50. And we will see whether or not you've managed to open a door. And it's not Stucker's shell that you're in. It's a replica of that.
Oh, I thought I was going to the physical space.
No, you create a new place. It just can look like and be like. Now, I'm going to let it be like his...
So it's still got those healing elements.
I'm going to do that because you're a god.
Okay. That's kind.
All right, here we go.
Hold on. Bye. Do it.
11 to 20, I'm going to say that the spear doesn't come in. Anything less than that, the spear comes in.
Oh my God, thank you. Okay, it's an 18.
Well, I was rolling on your behalf, technically, so I thought the better roll would be the thing you wanted.
Yeah. Well done.
And I also haven't rolled above a 10 today, so I would have liked... The door closes and the golden spear... I won't say it dissipates.
Twangs?
But I will say that you don't see this because you're inside the the death's door.
Yeah.
However, Kaa'Riin and Freya in this world, when you look across and see all this happening in a really split second, you see the spear power up, slice straight into what looks like Morrigan, but then she just vanishes. Like a line appears, a bright light appears, a door opens, and she falls through, and some of the spear almost gets in there, but then the door slams shut.
Oh, that's so sick.
And the light from it splays out across what's left of this
lily
door.
pad.
It doesn't even look like a door anymore. It's nothing, but it's
a lily pad.
Yeah, it just sort of hits, and you think, wow, it's a powerful lily pad. Yeah. Impressive. Quick, everyone, hide behind the lily pads. And then many people die because that doesn't work. You then see the light from that spray out and then start to come back and coalesce into a form, a physical being.
How do you come up with this stuff?
Being part of the story from the start.
But how would you know she would do something like that?
I didn't, but I did assume at some stage that if this spear was going to turn into someone. It just sounds so, it looks in my head so cool that it just goes and just reforms the person.
That's sick. Like, oh my God, we set things up so well for you.
Sometimes I adapt a little bit,
Like, that's sick. That is a sick scene.
Yeah. There's no way I'd be prepared for something where, like, this god that you guys created or repowered when you're in another world would just suddenly turn up. But she does. And stands there a little bit annoyed, but is still standing above Loot.
Oh.
And she starts to speak. And I mean, this thing is monologuing.
Hi, I'm Reagan, and I play the Nameless Ancient. I control the seas and the tides. I control the voice inside. I control the ebb and flow. I control everything. You are variables. You want change, difference. Do you know what happens to the seas when you make change? You lose control. I lost control once before when I let people stop praying to me, when I let them lose faith. I will not lose them again. I will control you all.
And the water in the room is rising around her now as though she can indeed control it, and she reaches down and grabs Loot.
Oh.
And as you can probably imagine, Angelok's not a big fan of that. And he's there too.
Not a fan of her grabbing Loot.
Because Loot has the souls these gods want. And from across the other side of the room, where Angelok, having lowered down, now sees another god arrive. And all of them wanting these souls that this cavern is full of. Seeing some of them spill into Loot, some of them Dornus was trying to control to get towards the heart of the mountain, his mother, but they didn't make it. All they are thinking about are the souls.
Hi, I'm Clive from Norway, and I play the great god Underlong.
There was a time when everything I touched was mine.
Oh, the goosebumps.
Everything. You are but air from my breath. the spit upon my lip when I speak. You are the part of me I cut loose, the thought I don't need. Your destruction is brought about because you can be destroyed. Because it is you who is weak. Surely, if power was yours, you would already have used it. But the power is becoming mine. I will feast upon your last moments, knowing only that they will be among billions of last moments.
And you see the tentacles of Angelok spread out across the room, and it's just grabbing anything it can find and squeezing tighter. It's trying to absorb its souls from within this beast. Like anything it touches, it's trying to absorb those souls. And it seems very focused on this new god, this ancient god, in the center of that room. It would appear Angelok and this beast, this nameless beast, are more preoccupied with each other now. Morrigan, inside the demi-plane.
Yep.
I have been kind enough to say that this place emulates Staka's shell.
Yeah.
I should be less kind since you're making me say it so often, and I struggle every time. But when you fall into there, it is like having a long rest. Not the long rest it looked like you were going to have. It was more permanent.
Not the forever rest.
But when you come out of that room, you will have had a long rest.
Okay.
You can choose when you come out of that room, as the card says. You can't see what's happening outside that room.
No.
So all of that just happened makes no sense to you at all. Didn't happen for you. You just survived. But you did leave loot behind. And that would probably be on your mind.
Yeah.
I would ask what you'd like to do about that. But we're jumping back to the submarine.
Oh, I'm not ready to go yet.
How much time did you need?
I was just in that. Oh, it's really hard. Cutting between moments in time. Okay, so let's do this. Submarine.
You hear footsteps clanging through the submarine, and you see Fanati go flying past in the air, just like Captain Marco did. Dwarves are similar.
Yep.
They like to launch through the air carrying large amounts of metal and stab it into the thing that they're nearest. And that is exactly what he tries to do. And in the air, he smiles at you as he goes past.
Hey!
He does. He's so proud of you. He doesn't know much, but he only knows stories about you, really. And he's only met you recently in this part of our story.
Yeah.
But for some reason, every time he's talked to you, you are the center of the world.
Aww.
So as he's launching through the air, he still takes time.
Oh, hey, Dad.
Which does mean he rolls a disadvantage. No. Oh, I'm starting to roll well now, people. Be afraid.
Well, it's good that you're rolling good for our people,
that's
though.
true. Yeah, that's true. But it could filter at any moment. He rolls a 19. He definitely hits.
Oh, yes. But naughty.
He's active. I apologize profusely for what happened after that. I then rolled a 1 on the D12 for a total of 4 damage.
That's so good. Started out so well.
I know. But he has embedded his axe into another part of Angelok. Look, I'm not going to lie. It didn't even retract from this. It didn't hurt that much.
Okay.
Sorry, not even at all. It looked awesome. And we are back to you, Freya.
I really want to do a sneak attack, but
sure
I've already
you do.
done that.
So you're going to leave the room again, are you?
I feel like it's not going to fall for that again. But I do recall something about my sword of deception being able to show up in one place.
Yeah. I mean, it's written on
But then
the...
I'm actually over here somewhere. I just don't know where the card is.
Oh, you did that at the circus.
Yes.
Yep.
What it can do is it can look like it's somewhere else, but reappear like it's still in your hand, but it looks like you're being attacked from another angle. So it grants you, it can only do this once, between long rests sort of thing, but yeah, it'll grant you a sneak attack. If you hit.
I'm going to hit.
Let's find out.
17 plus 11. I think it hits.
I also think it hits.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's do this.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready?
I'm looking through your cards right now, and I did not realize this.
You never gave it to her.
No, I definitely gave it to her. But there's one that says, turn over if Freya does a second sneak attack.
Oh, yes!
Fuck me. What was I doing to myself? This has actually a lot of stuff on it, but it is your cunning attack, which is now at a much higher level. That allows you to do things like trip, daze, knock out, or obscure things, like blind them. What you can do before you roll all those extra dice you just picked out for your sneak attack, your new power allows you to take some of your damage dice out, right, and do other things as part of your attack, like trip things over. It would cost you one of your D6 to say, all right, while I'm sneak attacking, I'm also going to sweep its legs from underneath it and it'll fall down, which can allow for other things. You have the capacity to daze it by using 2 of your D6. Then in its next turn, it can only move or take an action or it can only do one of its normal things. So that can be very powerful. You have the capacity, and it costs you 6 D6 to knock something out.
Oh, like unconscious?
Uh-huh.
The whole thing?
Yeah. It still has to, the target will have to save on a DC 19 con saving roll. Otherwise, it will be unconscious for a full minute. You can't then just start stabbing it, it will wake up. But yeah, you can knock this thing out. And the last one is Obscure, which costs you 3 D6 out of those sneak attack dice. And that one would allow you to make it blind for a while. Just saying.
Okay, I'm not going to do any of them. Only because they're fucking tentacles. I don't see it like...
Yeah, they're all attached to something.
Out.
All right, your call.
If you said we could knock it out and then stab it a bunch.
If it was like a human standing there, I would do one of these things.
All right, it could be more useful.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say that every time you got a card, it would be helpful in the exact situation. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I apparently predicted you'd do 2 sneak attacks. I was very, very surprised that you actually did a second sneak attack.
Really?
I forgot that I was
really
ready for
surprised?
it. No, I guess not. That's a lot of dice.
Here we go. Hey, could you get a calculator up?
I figured I'd have time to eat this biscuit because I wasn't involved, and then you asked me to do the math. You rolled. Drum roll.
Nope.
Yep.
59.
Oh, that's good.
That's a big fucking roll.
And it dies.
Indy, how would you like Angelok to die?
Okay,
It does
here we
not
go.
die, but fuck me, it's close.
Thank you.
All right.
Let's keep going, kids. It's going to get there.
I wonder who has initiative next. What was that thing before?
Angelok.
Fuck
him.
me? Yeah. Well, fuck you, because Angelok is next.
Oh, if you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to try and kill Fanati. Fuck you.
No!
What the hell is that attitude about?
Hang on.
Something you haven't seen before. It's me getting nasty.
Can I ready an action in
Sure,
front
you
of
go ahead
him?
and ready as much as you want, but that ain't going to happen. Woo! That's an 18.
This is a weird...
It's a good vibe.
I
I like
get
the
punished.
feel
I don't know
of
what for.
I feel like Fanati's been dragged into something he's not really sure about.
Well, he's about to get hit hard.
What the fuck is
Fuck
wrong
off.
with you?
It picks him up with 2 tentacles
Fuck off.
Oh, no.
and starts to pull in
not
different
hearing.
directions.
You're being weird.
No, that was fuck me. So, let's see how he goes. The good news is he wasn't hurt before this.
The bad news is...
Bad news is the 10 I rolled as the first dice.
How many dice are you rolling?
Only 1 tentacle each. One dice per tentacle. And he takes 17 points of damage.
Fuck.
A little Fanati. That's a lot. He screams in agony. But he lives.
Is this because I ate a bicky?
This is for the biscuit and the drum and your sneak attack and any other shit you guys are pulling.
That's very nice, Cory.
You've stepped over the edge and Fanati's on the
I want
line.
to go home. I'm upset about Cory's behaviour.
I didn't know it was tit for tat.
Yeah. It was so personal.
Righto. Well, that was fucked. So who's fuck me? Fuck
Morrigan.
Kaa'Riin.
No, we're up to the K. How do you
damn.
spell fuck me?
I thought we're up to the me.
All right.
What? I don't know what I thought. I'm upset.
Well, you are still raging.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to go for
Oh,
Fanati
yes.
too. We might as well just really kill Fanati for no reason, right? I would never. Absolutely fucked up what he said. All right. Anyway, I'm still raging, so I'm going to go for the 2. One of the 2 tentacles that went for Fanati.
Yep.
Out of sheer pissed offedness.
Rage even.
Rage would be a word. Not pissed offedness. Why couldn't I think of a word for that kind of anger?
I like pissed offedness.
It's pissed offedness. It's actually higher than rage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gives me 3 advantage rolls. Okay.
And he said it's close to being dead, so this might work.
And I am going to chop, chop, chop.
Let's see how you go. Finati's up there just being torn into two going, could you really speed it up a little?
Any day.
I can see you thinking it through, but this is really an action time.
That's a time for doing. Or should I turn into a bear and try to like chomp and claw? Because my axe hasn't been doing a lot lately. I feel
it is
like
only +3. I think you have a better chance to hit with it as a bear, yeah.
that's what I mean. So I am going to wild shape into a bear.
Okay.
That would be a melee attack with my
With your
claws and
claws.
teeth. But I can do a combination, and I'm going to do the combination.
Have you got your stats there? Your bear?
Oh, sorry, this is a cave bear. Do you want a cave bear or brown bear?
Brown bear.
What's a cave bear?
That's a great
What is a
question. I
cave
feel
bear?
like they're the same bear.
They probably have a very minor difference.
But I've always played brown bear,
Bears
so I'd
always
rather.
sleep in the cave.
No, but they do shit in the woods.
I've got a polar bear. Oh, that's sick. Can I be a polar bear?
Yeah, it's a brown bear but white.
I understand that.
That's all I'm doing. If you've got either card in front of you.
Aren't they apparently black, like underneath the fur?
If you shave them, are you
Yeah.
going to shave the bear before you do this? Are you
Really?
going to appear as
Apparently.
a bald polar bear that is black?
God, polar bears are cool.
Fanati's like, please, any fucking time now.
I've got a black bear.
They're normally white on the inside.
When you cut them
Yeah,
open.
they are.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, here we go.
All right.
Oh, damn, really wish I was a cave bear. Better stats. All right. Okay. I'm going to do it as a multi-attack. So one with my teeth, one with my claws. Does that mean I roll for both?
Yes.
Because there's no other stats. Okay. I rolled a 16.
Give me the damage from the bite first. Don't roll the next one. Don't roll the attack.
Sounds like that's going to be enough.
And it's a 1d8 plus 4. I've only rolled a 2.
Plus
so
what?
Plus 4, so that's 6.
Kaa'Riin,
Yes.
how would you like to destroy this version
This
of Angela?
version!
It had 4 hit points left from that.
You're kidding!
I know, that's why I was looking for such a long time going, holy crap, this thing's nearly dead. And I
Okay.
wasn't too worried about killing Fanati because I figured you'd get your 4 hit points pretty quickly. I just didn't know you'd turn into a
We
bear
didn't
so
know
slowly.
that. I was
Yeah, I know.
I was in my feelings.
All right, let me get
I
my,
didn't know that either.
I'm getting into comfy kill pose. All right.
All right.
All right. I'm angry and I'm pissed off that it's gone for Fanati, who seems like an innocent bystander in all of this.
I'm lovely.
I know, and I agree. And then I just start screaming, "This is for Fanati!" And I'm just going to start shredding and clawing and just like ripping and tearing parts off. And then just like kind of stomping them with my little bear paw on the ground, like, "Fuck you!" That was so rude.
The room is there's lots of water, lots of squishy, floaty, horrible bits in it. And what remains of Angulok slithers out, but it doesn't look like it's doing it on purpose. It's not withdrawing.
And stay slithered out. And then does it all like all the moisture go out of it, like just dries up and like coils into like a crusty looking,
yeah,
like tree root almost, you know, like
Yes.
yeah.
And as it leaves, you notice that it came in somehow as well. It had been blocking the hole it created in the side of the sub. And now water starts to rush in.
And I turn into a whale.
You can't do that yet.
No, I can't.
Was I bet she's a god, but no, we're in Freya's.
She is not God version here. Freya is.
Freya, do some god shit.
When you came here last time, you were trying to keep this thing afloat. This time, you've taken a lot longer to try and kill Angulok, and all the things you got done last time haven't been done. And the submarine is going to sink. Over to you.
Well, okay, so I need to try and figure out a way out of here for all on board.
I mean, asterisks for all on board, I guess you could say.
Well, I don't really want to leave the other dwarves to die.
This is not Freya. Freya's leaving people all the time. What do you mean the other dwarves?
There's a little bit of a question in her face at the moment, though, so it's kind of Freya.
it's like-
She's like, I don't want to leave them to
She
die.
asks questioningly.
Yeah.
Is that what people with hearts and souls would say?
Okay, so the option is we plug the hole and try and get the submarine to the top.
That thing, it's a big hole. It was Angulok.
Would there be a portal on board?
Sorry, I just answered that with my sound. Hope the sound was enough
So is
of an
that a
answer.
yes or a no?
It was a no snort.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a yes snort.
Or do we just swim out and go to the top and take who we can?
You're a long way down.
Fuck. Okay, well, I'm gonna ask the girls. Hey guys, any
They
idea?
have less information about this spot than you do.
I know, but it's really... that's all I can think of.
I have a terrible idea to get us to the top quickly. Can we ride a torpedo?
No. That's a flat no.
Okay. Yeah.
There are many, many reasons.
I said it was a bad idea to be
you
clear.
did preface with the correct
Mr.
adjective.
Stepping is not going to get us there.
No, you're a long way down.
We're too far down. Okay. Do we just all peacefully
pass away and accept it?
Pass away.
I mean, is drowning peaceful?
I don't know. Apparently it
They
is.
say it is, but I can't imagine
I
it
can't
is.
imagine it being peaceful.
I feel like it would be quite panicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sub was probably making some pretty panicky noises as well, like metal, and water, and...
What if I just go to the control room and try and drive it out of here?
No, this thing is sinking.
Captain Marco's in the room with us, right? Mate, do you have any, evacuation pods on this vessel?
Yeah, do you have a plan for this, like a procedure?
Where's your risk management plan? Come on.
We want to see the risk management
You'd
plan.
have to probably... Look, I'll be honest. Submarines don't have pods for escaping. We have had a lot of real submarines sinking, and they are just gone. And we don't even have a capacity to go down easily and get people out of submarines, so they stay down there until they
But this is
die.
a fantasy world, so this one has escape pods. Because Marco...
Is that real?
Doesn't mess around.
Are you joking?
No, that's legit. Look up the Kursk.
No, that sounds
Don't look at it.
depressing.
And it's not the only one, but many.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. I'm really curious as to why you're looking at your dice. What are you about to do?
I'm rolling a d4, and this will decide how many people fit in the escape pod.
I knew that was happening.
I just decided to have one, but I also decided to be mean about it by making it only fit. Ooh, it fits 3.
Far up.
Okay, great. Bye, everyone. Let's go, girls. No? Okay. All right, okay. How about this?
Captain Marco.
Freya's sitting over there
Captain
now.
Marco starts getting up anyway. He's probably going to take one of those, or at least the captain goes down with the ship. But my wife, she's probably going to go in the escape pod.
Okay.
I'm just going to go and help her in. I won't get in with her. Don't worry about that.
One does protest too much.
Don't follow me though.
Okay. Like you said, I couldn't wild shape. Why can't I wild shape?
Into a whale. You've not been one before.
I have.
In the Bay of Whales, you did not have a whale. You earned that.
Oh, was that after?
In Lake Reliable, yeah.
It was after.
With lobster dude.
Was there anything? Has she had any kind of swimming capacity?
If she can remember it.
Yes, an octopus.
A platypus?
No, I was an octopus. I remember in the place where they're all in the tanks, and I saved all of them.
Yeah.
Or they gave me their souls willingly.
Yep. You got a bunch of animals, and
I got a bunch of water animals.
Oh, great. Okay.
I'm thinking, can't you all just stay in there? And me as a giant squid goes out and tries to
You find me your giant squid and you look up its strength.
Okay.
Because it's just got to swim with an entire submarine behind it.
I
I'm going to say
know.
probably
Or
not.
can you just
Lovely
plug
idea.
the hole that Angelok left
Yeah.
as a giant
I'm just going to plug
squid?
the
I
hole.
was just going to, put the squid butt over the hole.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, Underlock was bigger than you.
Oh, but I'm a giant squid.
Yeah.
One of those moments where size matters.
Yeah, but it's how I used it.
Yeah.
That's what they all say. Is it possible that you swim to the top and then us two and Fanati jump in the rescue pod?
Wait, how many people are we trying to save right now?
3.
There's more people on the submarine.
There's the Freya we know.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got us 3. We've got Fanati. We've got Captain
crew
Marco
members,
and
yep.
his wife.
Yep, there were 5 crew members.
So then there's 3 others after that. So there's 9 people on this vessel, including ourselves.
Yeah. So there's only 3 I'm worried about.
Okay, so
There she is.
3 can pop onto the pod.
Yep.
How many people do you think I could hold? They're dwarves, right? Like, I reckon I could hold a bunch.
You can hold them, they just won't be able to.
They're going to be dead by the time.
You can carry their bodies to the surface if you wish.
No.
Freya's like, good plan. No drawbacks.
No. No.
Oh, they're broken.
Okay.
It's like when people have doves at funerals or weddings.
Oh, God.
And they throw them and they're dead from the box.
Or I've seen one where they all have a butterfly. Every guest has a butterfly in a box, and then everyone opens their little boxes and they're all dead, but they just throw them up.
Throwing dead
And then the
butterflies.
wind just
See, now you see why it's a fucked up plan.
I actually had a plan, but people doing that's really
That is fine. Please don't do that.
It's so bad.
And how fucking full of yourself do you have to be? Like, I deserve doves to fly at my wedding. I deserve butterflies. Go fuck yourself. Your love's not that special.
So the dwarves will be dead too.
As a trick shot.
Dwarves are really sturdy, but it's the air.
I'm so upset.
It's the air, Stacey. I don't know how to explain this.
Surely there's oxygen tanks in here.
She has a plan. She has a
It's a
plan.
submarine. There'd be oxygen tanks.
Surely there's oxygen tanks.
There's 5.
Great. 5 tanks.
Well, there's 5 crew members. They've gone on the bottom of the ocean floor
That's
before.
perfect.
Okay.
That is literally perfect. 3 people in the vessel, 5 oxygen tanks, and then 1 person who can shapeshift into a water-breathing creature.
We've saved
Perfect.
everyone.
We saved everyone.
Stacey, you're a genius. Or Indy, I don't know who
think that
suggested
was
oxygen.
Freya on that one, because if you wanted to hear my plan,
I do actually.
Well, because I was going to hold them all and just breathe into each of their mouths until we got to the top and everyone's got a little breath turn, you know? Like,
See, the fact that you're an underwater creature and I imagine you breathe through
I
gills.
was going to hold them all. I got
and
8
then, like-
tentacles. That was my plan.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do: 3 people into the escape pod.
Yeah.
You're still gonna hold on to the other 5 people. They're just gonna have oxygen tanks instead of you breathing.
Well, I'm here to back up if you need.
Who's
that a sound plan?
Who's going into the
Morrigan, myself, and Finardi are going into the pod, and then I'm going to persuade everyone to get the oxygen tanks and go with the giant squid.
When you get to the escape pod, Marco is loading his wife into it.
I'm actually fine to go with the octopus and the oxygen tank. Like, this is
Really?
I think we're gonna be
What
more
if the oxygen
successful.
runs out? I feel like he's going to do that.
I think
I
we're gonna
won't
be
run
more
out of oxygen.
We have a backup plan.
I've got an hour.
But I think we're going to be more successful convincing. We won't have to convince Finati. He'll go with us. He's fine. So we'll have to convince 2 of the crew members to go with this insane plan rather than 5.
Okay, true. All right. Finardi, grab a tank. You'll grab a tank. Okay. I'll grab a tank. These 2 other dwarves, we're going to get some tanks and go with the giant squid.
Yeah, that last part's probably going to be a bit upsetting. We'll just go with the giant squid because they just saw some sort of giant tentacly thing.
Oh, this is a good squid.
Oh, no,
Don't
no.
worry.
Our friend here,
Good
she
squid,
can
bad
shapeshift
squid.
into animals. So she's going to shapeshift into a squid.
And I look at them and all 8 tentacles are like,
And that'll mean that our oxygen won't have to last as long, which she can get us to the surface quicker.
Yeah, and if she runs out of oxygen, she's going to beak. She's going to breathe.
exactly, my octopus beak.
Say that with a straight face.
All right, give me a persuasion roll.
I can do that.
Who?
Me.
Okay.
Far out. I'm going to roll again.
You're not.
That's a 1 + 9, so it's 10.
So many no's are coming your way.
To be fair, regardless of whether they want to come with the squid or not, they've got no other option. We're not using the escape pod.
Oh, then let them save themselves. We don't have to bother about it.
Hang on.
What do you mean
Don't I have, if I roll a 1, I can roll again? Isn't that a rule I have?
If you're a god,
Yeah, I am a god here.
if you read your character sheet,
Yeah.
Does she?
I do have a card for you.
Ah!
And I fucking hate giving this to you now because that's a 1.
Yay! Yay!
Yay!
This is turnover when Freya fails a d20 roll.
Hey!
And it's called Stroke of Luck.
Thank you.
Tell us what happens.
You have a marvellous knack for succeeding when you need to. If you fail a d20 roll, you can turn the roll into a 20!
Fucking hate this.
Yay!
Then why'd you write it?
I didn't think it would happen in this situation.
When did you think it was going to happen?
I don't know,
Oh
maybe
my
a sneak
God.
attack or something simple. Not saving 9 lives. You've never saved anybody's lives
I
before.
know, but I've saved
Why it's
9
so
now.
special.
In
this-
I know.
Yeah, it's our redemption arc. Love this.
This
I
is
liked
nice.
old Freya, who was only here seconds ago, and like, you just need to save 3 people. It's fine. I didn't even think you were counting for Nati in that one. They agree to the plan without
Amazing.
hesitation, which frustrates me as well. They're just like, yeah, that's good. Captain Marco is thrilled with the plan, and the escape pod bobs to the surface. Kaa'Riin, as a giant squid, bobs to the surface as well. Not holding any dead dwarves this time. But
Holding up her lives, people.
I had a plan. The beak. Why is everyone being like, that's so weird, Kaa'Riin?
And now you find yourself at the surface of the Bay of Whales,
Amazing.
a long way from where you need to be.
Yeah.
Here we are in the middle of
The Bay of Whales.
the Bay of Whales, which from in every direction you cannot see land. This is not where you wanted to be, Freya. And I remember very clearly that Dumu at least said, If only we had a plan for how to get you all back to the same place. And then you discussed it for a while.
And we left.
And you got a little distracted and didn't actually mention how you'd get all of you back.
It's not our fault we have ADHD, Cory.
Yeah, we take notes.
We do, Cory. We just can't read them.
Take notes in your own language this time.
We do. We just can't. We're illegible handwriting.
How did you make that sound like what it must feel like to read that way?
It's very hard.
Yeah, that was a challenge. Now, unfortunately, you don't have a method to get back. So I'm just going to sit here floating with you and wait.
So, have we got a backpack? Did we have the original backpack though?
No, you didn't have the original backpack by then, no.
At this point, it is in the Orchestral Sands Tower.
It's still there. You see Finati, he takes off the oversized diving bell-sized helmet that he was wearing, because I've decided that's what they would have been in massive old school mining, diving stuff. Yeah. It wasn't simple like just put on the wetsuit and put the little thing in your mouth. It was like, no, go for it. You got to screw this thing on. 15. Anyway, unscrews it, lets that fall to the bottom because that was going to drag them down at their heavy weight. He's still in a bad way. He probably won't last particularly long floating away out here, but he does head towards you and rolls himself over on his back and pulls you onto him to keep you afloat.
Oh, I'm fine. I can swim.
Doesn't care. His job is to save you.
I don't know what to do right now.
I'm assuming you're still holding me so I don't have to tread water.
Yeah, I am about to change back though.
Into a brown bear.
Fuck you all up.
Land? Can we maybe get out of the water?
Hours by your current methods of propulsion.
I am just going to quickly turn back into myself. I'm going to give Finati 10 berries.
Oh, great idea.
And get him to a bit better stability.
Health. Yep.
Yeah.
Great idea. Thank you very much.
Feeling better already. He starts kicking. Well, better get somewhere.
I've got one more wild shape left.
If you could just transform into a spider and they can hollow you out.
Okay.
I mean, is Angelok's corpse around? Can we hollow him out?
Bottom of the ocean, but no.
Does that safety pod have any kind of flotation device that we could kind of hang on to?
Hey, you can hang on to it.
Okay, we can hang on to it.
Yeah, you weren't in danger of drowning here unless maybe the storm came back. You hear a rumble in the distance.
That's right. I'll redirect the lightning elsewhere if I need to. I'm going to turn into a bird and I'm just going to roll perception as my little bird and see if I can find anything at all. Specifically, I'm a magpie.
Okay. Because they've got better vision.
Because they're fucking awesome. I almost got a magpie tattoo the other day and then I chickened out.
Got the chicken instead? Thank you.
Where were you going to get it?
It just says Kirk.
Perception check. As a magpie.
It was 13 plus 6, 19.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Nice.
That's really good.
From up where you are, you know that
without a doubt, there's fucking nothing.
There's land, just not close by. Like you have to go up higher and higher to see it. And if anything, what you notice from up high is the current is dragging you further away.
Fuck! I mean, I can land on the land and go send for help.
That was your last wild shape too, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to land.
Couldn't even turn into something and drag them
No.
to shore.
It would have been no point dragging them to it in a direction that wasn't going to help. So I think what I'm actually going to do is go land and see if I can get help, like a boat or something.
Yeah, that's going to be a long time.
Okay, well, I'm still
That
going to
doesn't
try.
stop you from doing it, yeah. I'm just saying that it's not going to be a quick solution, but it's probably the best thing to...
It's the only thing I've got.
Yeah.
Or I land, I have a quick sleep for like 8 hours. Hopefully they make it, then I turn into something.
If we can just stay here for 8 hours, I'll get my wild shapes back.
All right.
We're hanging onto a boat.
We're afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just being dragged further out to sea, further away from Kaa'Riin.
That's okay. For now. Because after I craft and fashion a boat, or find someone with a boat, I'm going to go get them. I think it's all I could do.
I don't disagree.
100%. You're doing heaps more than I am right now.
Am I out of range for connecting with them psychically?
You will be if you get to where obviously the land is further away.
So I'm still up in the air.
Yeah.
So and they could probably psychic link from me there.
Yeah.
Or I just fly close until I do.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, look, I found land. If you can hang on, I'm out of wild shapes. If you can hang on, I'm going to go land and see if I can send help. I will be able to find you.
Okay.
But your goal right now is to survive. Do what you can. If you find a rescue out, go. But this is all I can do for you right now. I found land. It's too far for you to swim. Way too far for you to swim. You'd die of exhaustion before you got there.
Okay.
But Freya could probably make it on her own.
All right. In that case, if Freya's like, I mean, I'm a god, I could kind of swim like just between us. I'm going to go, okay. And I'm like, so if you decide to do that, follow this direction, and I make like an arrow in the sky of where to follow to get to the island or the land.
Or you could just fly and she could follow the direction you fly, I guess. She could backstroke so she can watch you.
That too.
You can save yourself.
Yeah. You save yourself.
No, I mean you. But yeah, she's already saved herself.
I love playing with you. Okay.
You can leave
I don't
everyone
wanna
here and
leave.
Fanati.
Nah.
Left him last time.
I don't want to. No, yeah, I know, but not this time. I've learned
You
from my
forgot about him
mistakes.
many times. He was in the toilet for, you don't know this yet, but or you would know this, the other guys, when he went to the toilet for like 3 episodes on a train and you guys didn't mention him.
No, I'm not going to leave him this time. I've left him enough.
When we first search for love, we think it to be a thing of great rarity, a pinnacle of emotions. But that is only when you look for what you think is owed to you. We look too close for love, but gaze past your own needs, and you will see it between every blink. An old hand passing a flower to a granddaughter, a shimmer in the eye of a cheeky child, a gift beneath a tree, a pet's paw in the palm of a hand, a second job to pay for a better school, an ice cream shared in a foreign land. A tear shed at a train station, a hand released to say goodbye, or a choice made when there appear to be none to make. Freya, you do notice something. It seems to both come from within and not do that. Strange, because it's like there's someone who's a part of you, but you let them go. You can't understand it. But as you're lying back, because Fanati has you pulled back, and he realizes that you're not gonna bail on him, a thin line of light streaks through the sky above you. The line cuts through what is probably best described as existence and peels back. And you hear a voice. One you'd recognise recently, but girls, unfortunately, you've never heard this voice before.
Are we hearing it now, or
But you hear it now, but you don't know who this is.
Okay.
This doesn't make sense. And the voice says,
Never really take anything away from people. I just keep it aside until they find it again.
The gap.
and then you hear the voice of Honey.
Oh.
And Honey says, I knew you'd figure out what love was eventually.
Oh.
You made Honey proud.
God, thank God you didn't sacrifice all these people, huh?
I gave you a couple of chances too.
You really did.
I know.
I'm gonna throw you out here and see whether you just save yourself or what.
Oh, character development.
Redemption.
And then Honey goes, no, choose. No. Honey reaches down. It's just a hand coming out of the sky. It freaks the fuck out of the dwarves.
Guys, it's okay.
The floating hand's with me.
Trust me.
And reaches down and offers to pull you in.
Me. Only me. So, honey, can you make sure that we all are able to jump on the hand?
Yeah. And she waves around like, yeah. Come on.
Guys, let's go.
Obviously.
Everyone, get on the
Come on.
hand.
Honey would never dream.
Freya's still in the back of her mind going, this is probably just still about me though, right?
Yeah. All right, guys, get on. And I'm going to help everyone on, and then I'm going to jump on the last little pinky finger.
Oh, fucking poor me. I've just like
Five flying off into the distance.
I'll save you, Kaka!
It just flies back as it shuts. Oh, come on.
48 days later.
Can I at least see this happen and come back?
She comes back in a little wooden boat.
Just days later, there's a wedding on the beach and they release the bagpipe. No, you hadn't got that far. You possibly would have seen this.
Okay, I
turned around.
Yeah, I turn around. I'm like, oh, never mind the boat.
Freya, your actions have saved people.
Fucking, yeah, about time.
You made good choices.
Yeah, pat on the back. Let's go.
Let's go.
Are you telling us our survival depended on her being a kind and compassionate person and choosing love?
That was risky, Cory.
It really was, wasn't it?
Otherwise, we're all drowning in the ocean. That's not very pleasant.
Okay, Kaa'Riin would have survived.
Yeah, just flapping around.
Really took you a long time to do something nice, though.
Yeah, episode 44.
We jump back across to the Harpy's house. Tentacles are flailing around, grabbing things. One of them has been just trying to go down the stairs towards where you just sent Dutch and Loot. You don't know if they've got through yet. But given the distance, you'd have to think, unless they were fucking around. And you hear Dutch go, "We're not fucking around!" But you hear nothing, nothing
They're doing the
downstairs.
hokey pokey.
It's like, all right, kid, let's really make a good deal of this. Let's clean up before we leave. The tentacle has tried to grab at the axe. It's come back to grab that. But there are more tentacles. One of them has the elemental. And we're going to see how much damage that does again in a second. He's just latching onto a tentacle and he's just spraying electricity and lightning everywhere. That thing is awesome. Not going to lie.
That is cool.
He's now got a 10-pack. He just keeps getting more and more impressive. He started with an 8-pack, but just the exercise from today. And he's like, look, 2 more packs.
Functionally, I
just gets
didn't need to
longer.
know.
He just gets
I'm like,
longer.
does his torso get longer or do the abs get shorter? Like they get smaller?
No, he just develops more abs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we're going to let him attack in a second.
Okay.
Because it's not impossible that he could do enough damage.
Okay.
It is unlikely. So give me the elemental's attack again.
Okay.
I believe it's 8.
Love that. Okay, let's go. That's 1. 5. 5.
Oh, we're doing that again.
4. 6. 2. 7.
Need one more number.
2.
I wrote it down in a panic, but I'll add them now.
I know. I thought it was going to happen. Like
Yeah,
you
I'm just randomly
did that.
rolling dice
I
and
thought
hoping
Cory
someone
was
was
just going
adding
to
it.
write it all down, but it was you. So thank you. I love you.
You have rolled 32.
32. Oh, yeah, I still have a job to do over here, so
Yes.
I'll just subtract that from what was there. No, you're still okay.
I want to hurt it enough to not be able to think, because as I look around me and see what's going on, I suddenly realize what I have to do.
Right.
I have to throw my axe far into the ocean so that it will follow the axe and get away from us. Because we only need to distract it, don't we?
That is true. I never said you had to destroy them all.
You never said that. You just
Never.
said I have to distract it long enough.
You have weakened it already by sending the gems away from it.
Yes.
Originally, it definitely got some of those gems and got more powerful for that.
But
the risk, I guess, is that it will figure out where the power has gone to and follow in. But you're right, it is interested in that axe.
But
And
it's
it
really
has
like-
always been interested in that axe.
Yeah, so
But if it takes that axe, will it be more powerful on the other side with it?
well, that's what I mean. Like, we've taken the gems away. I don't know if they made it through the chest or not. I also don't want it to have the chest.
If it goes through the chest...
If it goes through the chest, we're fucked. So I guess what I'm
You're
doing
so
is trying
fucked.
to go, fine, you got what you wanted. There's nothing else to see here. Just stay away from the chest. I think that was my goal. I just want it away from the chest, away from the gems, away from Loot, away from Dutch, away from all that kind of stuff. I understand that I'm probably going to die here.
You wouldn't have to, though.
We could go through the chest once the axe is gone.
It just made me laugh because in the first episode, and I was only listening the other day, you guys said, let's just jump off the boat. And it was the worst idea possible. And it's now actually, it's not the idea you're coming up with, but it's funny that it's similar.
But like, I don't think I can fight this thing much longer. Can we? Is it dying yet? It just doesn't seem to be fucking dying, does it?
It's not on death's door. You could kill it, but you might not.
I'm still a god. I reckon I could throw that axe pretty far.
Yeah, and this axe, to remember, at this stage, the axe doesn't come back.
It
That
doesn't
would have been
come back.
awkward if I'd still had...
Yeah.
If you'd gone, chase this!
Throw it into the
and
ocean,
came back.
giving us enough time
to get into the chest.
To get in the chest.
Yeah.
And for it to not care enough about coming back for the boat.
And it's distracted as well.
and it's distracted.
Can Shtaka close portals? So, like, if we go through, can we get him to close the access to the chests?
You absolutely could do that.
Okay.
Oh, great idea.
All right, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Is this a good plan, or should I not do it?
I love your hesitation for a plan. It's a plan.
I support you 100%. Don't look at him. Look at me. I think this is a well thought out plan. I think that you're making a sacrifice with the axe, but you're doing it really intentionally.
Yep.
I think this is a great plan.
Do you think it's a good plan, Freya?
I think it's a really good plan. My only concern is...
I think you want to hear that she thinks it's a bad plan. So then it's a good plan.
You're like, not enough people are dying.
The only concern I have is, will it take that power from the sword through to this next battle that we have?
It's an axe.
But...
Not even the first time I've said that.
Cory, why are you here?
I would love to see the story you manifest without any rules whatsoever. You're like, so then I pick up my crossbow, which is actually a dragon. Anyway, what's happening?
That's the only concern I have. But fuck it. What else are we going to do now? We're going to stay here and just battle it out for the next however knows how long. Who knows how long?
But I'm not sure how magic my axe actually is compared to, like, say, the gems or the portal.
The axe was extraordinary, a fact easily obtained with the smallest amount of research. Perhaps just reading a book from a small shop that sold weapons and armour in Gressop's Market. Had the pages of that book even been turned, then perhaps the true nature of this weapon of the gods would have been known to those who held it. It was crafted not from rare alloys or metal wrenched from deep below hallowed soils, but from the first time a being felt courage in the face of impossible odds. It takes more than talent to craft such a thing, to take an idea and merge it with metal. It takes a god. Eventually, like the other ancients, their name was lost to time, but legacies live on.
Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
So good, so good, so good. New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. And that means thousands of can't-miss deals just in time for summer.
The denim section is unreal.
Why do I rack? All the dresses.
I always find something amazing.
Plus, buy it online and pick it up in-store the same day for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
He's giving me nothing. I'm going to fucking do it. Fuck
Let's
it, whatever. He's the one that has to fucking write the story.
Do it.
He's got to deal with it. So,
And he's got a really good poker face. Sometimes, like, he'll look a certain way and you're like, I think he's thinking this, but he's not.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what he thinks. I care what you two think. So let's go.
Yeah,
All right.
let's go.
All right. I'm just going to be like, oi! Testicles! And I'm laugh because I'm like, testicles.
I want to make Clav from Norway say testicles. Sorry, Clav, I'm not going to make you do that.
Tentacles.
Right.
I'm being insulting.
I hadn't made the connection.
Well,
Now.
Really? Did you know that God is just dog stuff?
Love it.
Okay. And I'm like, since you love magic so much, you can have this. And then am I raging at this point? Was I raging?
No,
Not in this world.
The submarine
Well, I'm going
world.
to start raging.
Just for the sake of it?
I don't know if you're going to make me do strength for tossing, so I want to throw it very far away. So
This Kaa'Riin does not have rage anymore.
when did she not get rage?
God, yeah.
But I'm just a god and I'm super fucking strong.
You're still pretty strong.
Yeah. All right, I totally forget I'm a god sometimes.
I mean, you could wild shape into something stronger.
Oh.
What do you got?
Gorilla? An ox?
Polar bear's good. It's got 20 plus 5.
Oh, nice.
All right, so I turn into a polar bear. It looks sick. like a polar bear on a flying ship. Polar bear, you don't belong there. You're meant to be in the ice, but not today.
Dutch's hat didn't go with him. It lands on the polar bear's head. So it was the captain of the ship as well.
Yes!
Why not?
So cool.
That was nice.
And then I toss the axe and I throw it into the sea.
All right, give me a roll.
13.
+5.
Yeah.
And which direction are you throwing it? Front of the ship, side of the ship, back of the ship? Physics will matter here. This is not like the cheese wheel. Physics will be, I will get the physics right. I'm thinking physics and nothing else.
I'm going to throw it towards the back of the ship.
Good idea.
Yeah, I'm like.
That's a good sound effect.
Yep,
Yeah,
just
you won't need to add that.
saved a few dollars. I mean, it's a subscription. We pay for it anyway, but it's really good. And you see your axe vanish into the darkness for a second. And then lightning strikes it in the distance.
Oh, that's mad.
And
That's sick.
the tentacles retract from the ship and launch themselves towards it. You can see them. Even though they've been below the ship, the ship lurches again because it's been held in place by those tentacles. And some of the wind starts to pick it up and move you away.
Go in the opposite direction.
And we all jump into the chest.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Which will take us back to Staka and Thassa.
It does. You find yourselves inside Staka.
Yes!
I'm gonna do the heavy lifting here and have the conversation with Staka about turn off the link to the chest if you can, rather than make that another issue to deal with. And you have both had a long rest. Because as you know, Staka's shell has the healing powers. So when you come out, you'll be fully powered, ready to go gods.
And we're all gods.
But you also know they had a psychedelic effect.
Yeah.
You sometimes had a bit of a memory when you go through the shells. Freya, in this situation, not so much.
Oh, thanks.
You see, briefly, your father in a prison cell beneath the fortress of Orchestral Sands where you left him. And remember, the psychedelic dream may not be true. It may be an abstract understanding of what's happening there. And you recall that everyone who was in those prison chambers was there until their sentence ended, or the person who put them in there died. And you recall Lord Kaa'Riin dying. So in your memory, vision, dream, whatever you see your dad walk straight out of his prison. He's carrying some potatoes. As he leaves, he's not leaving alone. There are other people leaving with him.
Oh, he put tons of people in there.
There are a lot of people in there, and they're walking out, finding their way back into the fortress. You recognize a chef called Shamu, who is also now free because he never really was imprisoned. He went there by choice. But you do see Smudge leave too. Smudge, the house mouse, is one of the people you see. As I said, maybe this isn't happening. Maybe this is just a vision.
No, it is happening.
Kaa'Riin, last time you came through here, you saw someone being born, and it didn't make a lot of sense to you. Now you see it clearly. It is Freya's ancestors, your mother of sorts, one of your mothers, gave birth to one of Freya's ancestors. The first time you saw this, it did not make sense, but now it brings you pride because it was your family that started this great line that was to follow.
Wow.
And then you are in Staka's shell. Damn it, I did so well today.
It's a really hard one.
I get it wrong every time, and I'm really impressed by today. But it was because I was already thinking of who else is in the shell with you. And that is all the children of the night you saved once.
Oh.
This is where they are because it's kept them safe. And it's only been a few more days for them. But all those kids that are the ones that are from Freya's past as well. And they see you come through.
Yay.
And then they see you vanish. And Morrigan vanishes as well. And Kaa'Riin. You've all been absorbed back into the real time.
So where you guys were in the cave.
Yep.
Yes.
There's a difference. Kaa'Riin has no axe. She's standing there looking like seconds ago she was holding one.
Oh, so it did actually affect. Hang on, I have an idea. because now Kaa'Riin has the recall mode on her axe, it should just come back to her.
No, she lost that.
It was only for a couple
It ran out when she fought with Lord Caradriel. She threw it at Lord Caradriel, rolled poorly.
That would have been cool, but
Oh, yeah, that's
I love the idea that your hand being up for quite some time. They're going, it was a long way away.
Sorry, it was in a different
It'll be here
different realm.
probably in about 3 or 4 minutes. No, sadly that doesn't work, but it would have been lovely. But Morrigan, you find yourself inside a chamber that looks the same as the shell. It doesn't actually feel any different to where you appeared a second ago. You went into the chest, you came out in the Stacker's shell, and then you were still in the shell. But you have a shaky memory of what's just happened on the Harpy's How. Doesn't seem real. Your most dominant memory is the one where you just survived by diving into this room. However, you have had a long rest.
Okay. And I'm not dead.
And you are not dead.
Nice.
But the door is closed. Kaa'Riin, Freya, from where you are now, you see this godly creature, shimmering lights that looks like a woman, reaching for Lute. Lute, who came through with you, is not with you now. Dutch, though, is inside the shell.
Oh, nice. So we saved him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But also Lute isn't going to have to live with that rage and that pain anymore. He's going to have Dutch back.
He hasn't seen him yet. And he is becoming powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we get Dutch into this? Or we could just call out to Shaka or Thassa. I mean, if they transcend time and space, we could call out and be like,
Shaka, can you just expel Dutch, please?
Yes. I say that anyway. Expelliarmus. No, never.
What happened with the versions of us that went on the hand?
Good question.
Oh yeah, where's Handus?
You see a line sliced through existence. In fact, you see 3 lines sliced through existence, and you hear the gap talk again.
I never take anything for long, but it's not a sacrifice if it doesn't cost you.
And the 3 slices this time become a paw. And none of you understand who this is for some reason. A ginger cat.
Mr. Pickles!
It would be Mr. Pickles if you knew who it was.
But I don't know.
For a split second when you see the paw, you've got no idea what's happening. And then, absolutely, you know who Mr. Pickles is, because that's the Gap, Mr. Gap. Sorry.
Mr. Gap.
As Mr. Gap says.
Mr. Gap to you.
Alfie.
Alfie, Mr. Gap, says, I don't keep things for long, and you suddenly remember this cat slicing through, and out spills through this little gap. 5 dwarves, some of whom are wearing, 6 actually, 5 dwarves from Skaven's Submersible. Some of them are wearing diving gear. Fenati, who gave up his diving gear, just appears and lands down on a lily pad right next to his wife.
Oh,
we saved him.
Everyone is saved.
Well.
No.
Uh-oh.
As that happens, there's 2 gods, 3 gods, 4, 5, there's a lot of gods. I don't exactly know how many gods there are, but I know that another one is arriving. And throughout our story, we've heard of this god many times. Sometimes they seem to help, sometimes they seem lost and confused. But always benevolent, disinterested of sorts, but trying to figure things out for themselves. And it's the god you know as Inishday.
Hi, I'm Tessa, and I've been playing Inashday.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I've been playing Inashday.
When I truly understood my mind, there was not a thing I could not create.
There was not a thing I could not create. No dream I could not believe. No being that did not heed my words. Until I lost
faith in me. And found madness.
And found madness. And found madness.
What purpose do I have here? To destroy that which fails me? Should I include myself? Should I begin again? And again?
Should I begin again?
And again?
And again? I appear now capable of all things. Great joy.
Great horror.
Great fear.
Great confusion. Greatness. is
that is the lie
of
of power.
That there is greatness behind it, not madness.
Not madness.
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 And yet,
here rises Undulok,
pleading for this burden.
And here rises the nameless, ancient Queen of Gods. Why will you not learn from me,
Why will you not learn
fools?
from me? Why will you not learn from me, old fools? Do you not see that if you seek power, it becomes that which controls you? Me.
Me.
But power is what you give others.
And I must start again. And I
must start again.
And this creature is lowering itself in the chamber through the same hole that is above the chamber, this godly creature. And because you are God, you know this one, you know Inishday. And as they are lowering themselves down, you can see the souls that make up Inishday falling away from them as they destroy themselves piece by piece.
What? I got fucking
and fill
goosebumps.
the room with more souls. They're not gone yet, but that is where we end this episode.
Holy fucking shit.
That is fucking wild. I'm covered in goosebumps.
I'm terrified.
That was so cool. No, I think they're good. I think they're like, no.
I love your optimism.
Because they want to reinvent, they
Am I
want
the
to
only
restart.
one terrified by the I need to start again?
They did mention having to teach the other two about what power was. A few references to madness. I mean, just a few.
But also some points about the corruption of power and how, like, why don't you learn from me? I thought it was my mistakes, not.
But is that insinuating like maybe loot? Power will take over loot?
Fuck.
Don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. It's just a sudden ending. It happens all the time. So maybe there's danger or just a clever line. But don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Right?
You've been listening to the Girls Who Don't D&D podcast. If you enjoyed the show but wish you could immerse yourself even further without the ads, please consider joining our Patreon, where you can do exactly that at the lowest possible tier. It's super cheap and the episodes come out earlier. You can also enjoy our sister show, The Void, on Patreon too. You can meet the girls and their many shows and have access to all sorts of things to help you run your own game. Plus, you'll have the joy of knowing that you actually make this show possible, because it absolutely would not be without our supporters. The best way to stay connected to what is going on is by following us on Instagram, Facebook, or joining our Discord, all of which are linked in our episode notes. If you'd like to be one of the voices on our show, you can find test scripts on our website, www.girlswhodon'tdnd.com, or take a shot at the scripts released on our Patreon. Also, sending stuff to the girls is so easy. Our postal address is simple. PO Box 285, Cardiff 2285, New South Wales, Australia. Finally, if you'd like to buy some Girls Who Don't D&D merch, we recommend checking those episode notes for the most recent links.